Hey, whose car over the weekend was covered in all that pollen? It's not slime, it's dust.
Yeah, it's a powder.
Oh my
pollen powder.
God, dust, powder, whatever the hell you want to call it. Were you covered? Anybody in the room? Our car was just one of our cars. It's a dark blue. It's almost like blue-black. And man, that thing was just ridiculous with the powder, the pollen, that yellowish, greenish, just like crazy cocaine dust, but it was like greenish yellow from the oak trees.
I notice if I step outside on the patio and come back in, I look at mine and my girls' feet, and they have that yellow dust on
Where
them.
the hell did it come from? Like overnight, it was like, I think it might have been Friday night into Saturday morning. And Friday, the car seemed fine. Like Saturday morning, wake up, get up early, and the car's like just covered. It's like, where does that come from in just like hours overnight?
I still have that stuff on my car from last year.
Lovely. Hey, Froggy, I know that you're into this crap, but what's the Jake Paul deal? He lost?
Yes, Jake Paul finally lost. I did steal that fight. It took place in Saudi Arabia.
Oh, hang on. What do you mean you stole
I watched it.
Well, it's a pay-per-view fight. You have to buy. Well, how much was it? $100?
Whoa, what?
I have no idea how much the
It
pay-per-view
was $20.
Was it $20? Okay, I don't know.
Where would you come up with? Why we just throwing out random numbers?
Some of these fights are really expensive. And
Yeah,
it's
it was like a
not
UFC big Conor McGregor fights are like $100.
Okay, that's what I'm getting. Some
Yeah.
of these things
How
are really.
much? Conor McGregor, that nut job?
Those big, when he fought Floyd Mayweather, it was like $90 or something.
Oh my God! No wonder why they're walking away with $50 million or something.
There's a reason.
Well, listen,
Yeah.
there's websites you can go to.
I'm
okay?
sure there is, Froggy. Let's not promote those on the show, but I can't tell you that. I don't know if I've ever done a pay-per-view.
Really?
I don't.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever done a pay-per-view.
Not
I'm
for
just
a big boxing match or something?
no.
You're not that guy.
First of all, boxing is just not what it used to be. Like the days where you were looking forward to the next big Mike Tyson fight.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. Years ago, you didn't do like
No.
a Mike Tyson fight?
Nope.
I
What do you know?
can't even think of anybody who's a heavyweight boxer right now.
Tyson Fury
Okay.
is the champion.
But whatever happened
Who?
to boxing used to be huge. Those big events in Las Vegas and
Mike Tyson and
That's what I'm
Riddick
saying.
Bowe.
All those names, and even when I was a kid,
Evander
Evander
Holyfield.
Holyfield.
yeah, there you go.
Riddick Bowe.
But it's almost like that industry just kind of went, just evaporated.
Yeah, it's not doing as well as the UFC
Because
came
of the
along.
right.
But now we got Jake Paul, who started out as like a YouTube clown.
Well, he started off on the Disney Channel, then YouTube.
I mean, what the hell?
And he was a YouTube guy. Then he became a boxer, and he was a good boxer. Me and Fester saw him box live.
That's right.
So
Well, that's right. You guys went down to like Amelie to see
Yeah.
him.
He had a big event at Amalie Arena a little over a year ago.
And he knocked out Tyrone Woodley, but last night he lost.
Was it last night?
Yes. Well, it took place in Saudi Arabia at like 5 in the morning, so it was on at like 3 in the afternoon.
On Sunday.
Yeah.
3 in the afternoon
Odd
on
time.
Sunday. So wait a minute. It was a Sunday night event in Saudi Arabia, not a
Yes.
Saturday night event?
It was like a Sunday night event.
I saw the news breaking like
Yeah.
mid-afternoon. He lost. I'm like, what a weird hour. And it's like, it's in Saudi Arabia.
All right, now,
I'm like,
who the
ah.
hell's Tommy Fury?
Tommy Fury is not the greatest pro boxer, but he is the younger brother of Tyson Fury, who is the current heavyweight champion of the world. So
And why the hell was this done in Saudi Arabia?
that's where all the fights are taking place lately. They have all the money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's where they have the golf is there now too. Live.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, that live crap. Oh, my God.
Phil
I mean,
Mickelson's.
What are you trying to do?
Yeah.
If you're trying to make money,
Yeah.
going to Saudi Arabia every now and then's a pretty good investment.
Yeah, I would say so.
I'm not really into the Saudi Arabian stuff, to be quite honest.
Listen,
WWE's always over
they
there.
want to sign our morning show for $100 million a year.
Yeah,
What?
we're not going to be hating.
to broadcast.
I would not be selling out to the Saudis. I don't,
100 mil?
Right.
I don't care
We
how
have
much.
this discussion all the time.
I don't
yes,
care.
you would.
I wouldn't. Don't tell me what I would do. I would not. Absolutely not.
Don't you tell
I
anyone.
would not sell out to the Saudis like some of those folks that
The PGA players?
The PGA players that sold out to the Saudis, especially with Saudi oppression, with the fact that they kill
Money
people
talks.
at will.
Money
Guys,
talks, baby.
Guess what? Money might talk, but guess what? MJ's not going to walk when it comes to
Do you
doing
understand
the wrong thing.
Do you understand the difference, like the guys who play on the Live Tour now make versus those that did not go? I mean, like it's astronomical.
Well, there was a rumor a few months ago that the famous wrestling organization, WWE, was going to be bought by Saudi Arabia, and the people were not happy about that.
Sure.
And it turns out it's not true.
Well, in Saudi Arabia will start their own wrestling league. Everybody's the Iron Sheik. And it's going to be awesome.
I was trying to think of who was that
Iron
wrestling.
Sheik 1 versus 2.
Who was that fake wrestling guy that was like the Arab dude?
Yeah,
It was
Iron Sheik.
I think Iron Sheik. Was he actually Arabic? I don't even know. If he was
He was.
Was he,
All right, just getting rolling, folks. So you watch this thing, Froggy, of course.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Devastated that he lost. I was really on the Jake Paul train for a while.
Jake Paul, he looks like a YouTube clown, right?
Yeah. You call him a clown, he'll knock every tooth out in your head. I mean, he's a formidable boxer.
Whatever. All right, just getting rolling here on a Monday. It's a jammed up day. Hey, let's open up some MJ Morning Show giftage. Let's do a round of mystery merch. Maybe next. Do you want to open us up?
Yeah.
Can you run? Because we've got like 4 or 5 boxes unopened from last week. I saw one in my mailbox, and then Fester, you've got more that came in?
I have to check the mailroom. I haven't checked the mailroom this morning.
All right, go ahead and go get mystery merch, and we'll open up a couple of things. You know, people are emailing me, hey, did you get mine? Did you get mine? Did you get mine? I'm like, yeah, well, we can't open up everything. So mystery merch, we'll open up something in a bit. Morons in the news on the way. It is going to be a loaded Monday here on the MJ Morning Show, and I've got something very disturbing. I have something remarkably disturbing coming up at 8 o'clock this morning. So make sure you're listening. Something, listen, I'm all entwined in this, and I can't believe the potential effect this will have, and I find it remarkably disturbing. So I would make a note to be with us at 8 o'clock this morning as I discuss something very, very important here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. It is 6:08. Let's grab traffic. Is Pat still out? Yeah?
Yeah, he's back tomorrow.
All right, Pat's out. Kathy's got traffic. Show on Q105 on a Monday morning. So much stuff happening here. I don't even know where to begin. So much junk. First of all, that is from that movie Night at the Roxanne, right? Is
That's a fun club.
That song, Night at the Roxanne. What happens at Night at the Roxanne Club?
Good movie.
Yeah, it's cute.
All right, well, that's something I want to address. Froggy, during that song, What Is Love by Hathaway, Froggy says, oh, man, I love this movie. I'm like, dude.
The movie's awesome.
Wasn't this thing a stinker? What is the IMDb number on? Or not IMDb, but Rotten Tomatoes.
I don't care. I love it.
What is the Rotten Tomatoes on Night at the Roxbury? I got to believe the critic score has to be like 30.
Come on, they work at a flower shop.
I never saw that.
What?
I never saw.
I didn't see it either, but I love the skits. So
They have a rich family, and they work at their flower shop, and it's
Fester,
hilarious.
Go to the Rotten Tomatoes website. No, go to Rotten Tomatoes. What are you doing?
You type in the name of the
I know,
movie.
but it's taking you like 3 minutes to get something simple.
It doesn't have a good score.
Oh, my
No.
God. I said a 30% critic score. It's 11.
Please.
Critic score is 11. Do they still do, let's see, the tomato meter? That's the reviewers, right? The critics. Yeah. Critics' consensus is 11% for Night at the Roxbury with Will Ferrell and what was his name?
Chris Kattan.
Chris Kattan.
I was a big Chris Kattan fan.
Of course, it started as a Saturday Night Live skit. Oh, speaking of SNL, I don't watch it live typically, but I put on SNL yesterday, I don't know, like 11 a.m., or downstairs. I'm like, yeah, let's see what SNL had. And SNL actually had a couple of funny things.
Wow,
Really?
that's impressive.
The cold open with that guy doing the impersonation of Trump, one of the new cast members, one of the the featured players, not like a full-time, billed cast member, but one of the featured guys gets a lot of time because he does a pretty good Trump impression. So they did a skit where Trump was in Ohio giving out his free water last week. That was pretty funny. And then that Cologuard commercial. Have you seen Cologuard where you do the stool sample at home and it's supposed to detect colon cancer and
Does that work?
It's very effective.
Is it really?
I mean, the science seems to be there. They did a spoof commercial. Woody Harrelson was the guest host, and they did a spoof commercial of Cologuard with the talking box. Hey, I'm Cologuard. Hey. And it was hysterical.
Was it?
It was funny as crap. No pun intended. Yeah. Anyway, where was I? Oh, so Froggy says Night at the Roxbury, one of my favorite movies ever. I'm like, dude, that was like an awful movie. And
How
that's
do you
why.
know?
Well,
I never saw it.
I know, but all those SNL movies are terrible.
I know. Blues Brothers?
No. Hold on a minute. That was
Coneheads, Blues Brothers, same kind
hold
of
on.
movie.
No,
was awful.
absolutely not. The Coneheads is awful. The Blues Brothers was not an SNL skit per se. They started Dan Aykroyd and John Belushi. They came up with the Blues Brothers. They're both blues fans, and they came up with the Blues Brothers, and then it was sort of wedged into and worked into an SNL deal where they were doing the musical guest thing. So they did like musical guests as Blues Brothers on SNL. It didn't start as some skit like the Coneheads
How defensive he is as the Blues Brothers.
Or Stuart Smalley. That was a movie as well.
Oh, Wayne's World.
Wayne's World also started. That was
Ladies Man was a movie.
Yeah.
But those were just terrible.
No, Ladies Man is awesome as well.
Oh, no, it wasn't.
Yes, it was. He was a DJ.
They're terrible movies.
Didn't Pat have a movie?
Remember when he was eating
I
the
think
pickles out of the pickle jar and they put a duty in it?
No.
Give him a duty.
All right, anyway, so 11% critics, Night at the Roxbury. What is love, baby? And then the audience score is 69%.
What does that mean? 69% people like it?
Yeah.
The audience score, the users, the non-professional critics, just
I
the
trust them.
idiots.
regular viewer, 69% and 11% crit. That is a big, wide gap. That is a large disparity. So, Froggy.
Yes.
I mean, sometimes you actually have some good suggestions, and some good reviews on movies, but then you throw your average off massively when you say that Night of the Roxbury was a great movie.
Will Ferrell, what a performance.
What, with his head jerking?
Yeah, they do it the entire movie.
And his polyester suit or whatever the heck that is.
They can't get into any clubs. They're such losers.
So there's over 250,000 reviews on Rotten Tomatoes of this movie, and the last one is probably the most accurate from 2 days ago. I'm sure I'm guilty of liking some stupid comedies. There are comedies and stupid comedies. This is a stupid one, but I absolutely love it. I've seen it probably 10 times, and I'd watch it again.
I've seen it maybe 20 times.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Anyway, the other thing that's been bothering me, Froggy, last commercial break, you're just sitting over there belching incessantly. What is going on with you?
Oh, you noticed?
Yes, we noticed. So we're at commercial break a few minutes ago, and Froggy's just, I mean, what are you doing?
I don't know. I had a granola bar and a liquid. You know what liquid IV is?
Some energy drink.
I've been popping those.
I'm
like
sure
crazy.
you have.
And they sort of give me the gassies.
Are they carbonated?
I mean, come on, Froggy.
Sorry, God.
Just stop
It's like
it.
when my grandmother lived with me, she used to go "Bleh" all the time and burp at dinner table.
Your grandmother?
Yeah.
At what age?
Oh, she was like 85, and she'd be like, "This is."
All right. So, MJ, have you heard of these liquid IVs? They're
No.
like powders that you add to water that
Yeah.
like makes the water, is it like 5 times as
Yeah.
hydrationable?
Your
Yeah,
daughter's
it's-
sponsored by them.
I'm sure it's not hydrationable, whatever word you've just said. I'm sure it adds.
Hydration. Yeah.
No,
And it makes-
Electrolytes.
The water adds hydration. I'm sure it adds, like Roxanne says, electrolytes or probably some vitamins and minerals, but it doesn't add extra water to the water.
Tell you what, it has me shot out of a cannon.
Really?
I love it. I'll bring you one tomorrow.
I'm not taking. I don't drink 5 Hour Energy. I don't drink Monster. I don't drink Red Bull. I don't do the whole energy drink
You
scene.
don't drink coffee?
And you know what? I don't. I've never had a cup of coffee in my life. And Froggy, a little later on this morning, I have a story that's of great concern to me and should be of great concern to you. Now, it's not great concern to me because of this is going to affect me. It's of great concern to me because how it could affect you.
Okay.
So that's coming up on the MJ Morning Show. But first, it is time for the MJ Morning Show mystery merch as we open up another package sent to us from an MJ Morning Show listener. Are we ready? And of course, this, well, listen, we've been opening up boxes. I've had people say, hey, when did you start mystery merch and this and that? And is this, listen, Fester, how long have we been doing unboxings on this show? Going back forever.
Every week it seems we get something from some listener, but
But this goes back to like when BJ was with me. It's the MJ and BJ days. We'd get listeners that send us stuff, and I would unbox things. I'd say, hey, guys, we got a mystery box. Mystery package arrived. We'd open up stuff on the air all the time. This goes back 25 years. So this is not new. It's just sort of a new concerted effort because, was it Brett that sent us the batteries?
yes.
Yeah.
He kind
That's
of,
where it started. He kicked it off.
Fester dropped the ball, and Fester did not get C-cell batteries for our megaphone in here.
we paid a price too. He got us the crappiest batteries he could have bought.
He sent us a 12-pack of Amazon Basics, but I'm not going to look gift horse in the mouth.
I will.
Listen, they were free batteries.
Let's call him Basic Brett.
So we opened it up. We unboxed this Amazon that showed up for the MJ Morning Show, and it was batteries. At that point, I said, listen, why don't we encourage other listeners to send us these Amazon things? All right, so I'm going to open up this box. This is not an Amazon box. This is a professionally shipped box, but it is not an Amazon box per se. This is from John. So John has a shipment for us, and I'm going to open it up.
What's with the keys?
I'm using the key to
Yeah,
open
keys like the
a
letter
box. I'm
opener.
using like a box cutter, man.
Oh.
I'm using my key to open this thing up. All right, here we go. Going into the box. Inside, we've got all kinds of certificates of appreciation.
Oh, that's kind.
Yeah, we got.
Nice to be appreciated.
I don't. This guy. There's 20 pages of documentation here. Well, I have no
So
idea
this is
what this
official
guy-
appreciation.
And we've got certificates of appreciation. I'm holding stuff up to the MJ Morning Show MJ TV camera here.
Whose names are on them? Are there our
All
names?
of us, yeah.
I think we all get a certificate
We
of
each get one.
appreciation.
Oh, wow.
A 100-piece pig puzzle,
I love pig puzzles.
jack straws, and then a whole bunch of stuffed animals.
What's a jackstraw?
Oh,
I
don't
don't
touch
know.
those.
I don't.
There's dust coming from one.
No, there's not.
I'll take the puzzle.
What's
What's
a
with the
jackstraw?
creepy dolls?
I don't know. There's a whole
MJ?
bunch of stuffed animals. Are these like new stuffed animals or these used stuffed
They
animals?
look kind of
I don't-
used.
Maybe they're for our children.
Here's like a. Is this a dolphin?
Looks like a
Yeah.
wolf riding a dog.
I got a
wolf riding a
dolphin.
dolphin.
Then I've got what is that thing? Is that a
Looks like a wolf.
is that a
Yeah.
wolf?
Baby wolf.
Is that another baby wolf?
That's a chupacabra.
Okay, and then this is like just a
That's a bear.
puppy dog.
Yeah, like a bulldog maybe. I
Why are
don't
you
know.
breathing weird?
You know, it is kind of dusty in the box.
All right, hold on.
There is a scent.
Is this just crap from his house?
I think it's just stuff from his house.
I don't know.
That's pretty
But
awesome.
There's 30 pages of paperwork to go through
Here,
here.
I'll go through the
I
paperwork.
don't want paperwork. Just send us crap.
Well, hold on.
right.
It's not. It's a certificate of appreciation, MJ.
Give those stuffed animals to Roxanne to take home for her little
So
kids.
you have not earned your certificate of appreciation on this one, MJ. He wants his
real.
certificate back.
So there's the mystery merch box, and you can see what we just opened up on MJ TV. If you weren't watching live, you can just go back and watch the video with our MJ TV YouTube channel. And if you ever want to watch MJ TV and watch us live in the studio, you just go to mjmorningshow.com and click on MJ TV. Yes, Andrew, the producer.
The previous videos of the unboxing are all on the mystery merch page, too.
Oh, really? Oh, very good. All right. So Andrew apparently has truncated the previous openings. Well, I'll tell you, we'll open up another one or two later on during the course of the show. I have in my possession, folks, pretty solid pile of early morons in the news. We'll get to it next. Don't move. MJ Morning Show here on Q105. up in Brooksville was found, little JJ. So very good news. When did it break? Like just before noon on Friday?
Yeah, it was after the show. I just got home and boy, I turned on the television.
Is that why you called me?
Yeah, I called you.
Yeah, because I had a missed call from you like at 11:45 or something on Friday, and after the fact, I'm like, yeah, he's probably calling to tell me that they found that little boy, Joshua JJ Rowland, this the 2-year-old kid that allegedly wandered away from his front yard. Mom was apparently sleeping inside, and the kid wandered off. That's the story. And they're saying that he was found quite a distance from his home. And a former U.S. Marine, I was always told you're never a former Marine, you're always a Marine. I guess a retired Marine.
Yeah, the Marine didn't write that article you're reading.
Yeah, so this is just a wire story. So the 2-year-old was found in the woods. And I just had a question. We can get into this in more depth later on, whether they took his shoes off. But I noticed right away, as the Marine, the retired Marine, found the boy in the woods, quite a distance from his home, the kid had no shoes on, and the kid's feet were pretty clean.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Why were look, here's a picture. This is one of the first pictures. Look at the shot. And the Marine is holding the little boy. Kid needs a haircut, too. But the kid's feet are, like, totally clean. And if he was out for 24 hours, why was the kid's feet so clean? And I noticed that right away as soon as they released the picture. And then I found some additional stories. And in the message board comments or the message comments on some of the news stories, people were also asking the feet. Why were the kid's feet so clean? Was he wearing shoes and socks that were taken off him after he was found? Or
I mean, if his shoes and socks were wet, it'd be one of the first things I would do. I'd take them off.
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. But then even if his shoes and socks were wet, then there would still be like that wet mung that would be on your feet, I would think, and like just
toe jam.
No, not
What
really.
do you think? He's
not
walking
really,
around on his hands? I mean,
really,
what does it matter?
Not really toe jam, but
Like the jammy stuff that like
no, that's the, I don't think that would be there. But just walking through the woods, if he were barefoot, why muck is a good word, but I wouldn't equate muck with toe jam.
Okay, if you walk in muck, you're gonna have toe jam after the fact. That's a fact.
This isn't a foot fungus getting hit.
Why are you obsessed with toe jam this morning, Roxanne?
Toe jam.
Because actually, okay, I'll tell you why. But
It's not a game show. All right.
God. But the feet on the kid appear to be spotless and way too clean.
Overall, he appears to be relatively clean. The shirt's not filthy.
But also, it would be also, I think, probable that maybe he didn't have shoes on. So if mommy's sleeping and the 2-year-old little JJ wandered out of the home and he was last seen playing in the front yard the day before at 10:30 a.m., then it would also be probably fairly fitting that he would not have shoes and socks on.
Yeah, okay, so here's some eyewitness reports. The guy who found him, he says right here, he said, we saw him about 100 feet away, 2-year-old boy standing in the woods,
barefoot among the briars. So why are his feet so clean?
Maybe he knows how to fly.
He was found quite a bit away.
All right, let me ask you a question here. And this may sound stupid.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, you just said maybe. You just said maybe he could fly. So I'm not expecting your follow-up question to be anything but stupid.
I've seen Stranger Things. Maybe he's one of those creepy little kids that can fly. But
yeah,
I want to ask: are the parents in trouble for this?
The mother claimed she was sleeping, and the kid wandered out. I mean, that does happen.
Yeah, but that
We made
also
sure-
people
listen.
get arrested for stuff like that.
When they do, they can.
Remember the kid who got out? Well, the kid had a gun when he came out. Was shooting it, but
I remember when my kids were little. That was one of the big concerns we always had.
yeah.
That the kids, while we're sleeping,
oh yeah,
Friday night, you're up late, then Saturday morning, or you're up late Saturday night, and then you sleep in a little bit on Saturday or Sunday morning, and you're just worried that once the kids get to be fairly mobile at 2, 3, 4 years old, that was always a concern of ours, that they would get outside. That's why when the kids were really small, we had like the locks on the doors. They were the kind where you needed the key on the inside to open it up. So we would lock the door and then put the key on top of like the door casing. so the kids couldn't reach the key to get out. But that was always a concern of ours. The kids escaping and getting out.
I told my kids, if you get outside, you'll catch on fire immediately, almost spontaneously combust.
Did you really?
Yeah, and they never went outside.
They
To this
still
day.
don't.
You told your kids?
It was when they were little. So I scared them sort of out of not opening the door.
You told them that if they went outside. So
No, only if they went outside and I wasn't around and didn't allow it.
How was that mechanism turned off if they went outside while you were with them?
They haven't been outside yet.
What? Once you finally took them outside, how did you explain to them that they're not going to burst into flames then?
Well, I told them that I'm the safety from it. So if they're with me, they're okay. Because
So you traumatized your kids and scared the hell out of them?
Yeah, I mean, to this day, the kids don't go outside.
no, I mean you should see they're pale as hell.
They look like powder from that movie.
fishy white skin.
Oh, my God.
They walk around like Michael Jackson used to with umbrellas.
I don't know what's going on in your house, man.
No, it's just a little joke.
Just you told your kids they'd burst into flames.
That was true. That was true, but they're not really pale. They actually go outside a lot these days.
Yeah, apparently, JJ doesn't believe that either.
Anyway,
that little boy. Okay, so he's 2, so that's just a little bit younger than Daviana. And so then you think about your own kid, and I always turn the house alarm on when I nap or something with them. So if
that's
they were to
a good
go
idea.
outside, then that'll wake me up.
the instant,
Or
so it would instantly go
instantly
off. Yeah,
like blaring. So I do that.
gotcha.
But Daviana, what made me say toe jam earlier, she's in this phase. She just did it yesterday. She takes her toes, pulls each of them apart, and we're like, what are you doing? She's like, looking for jam.
Oh,
Oh man, you ready for a local moron in the news story? Let's go. We'll get into the missing kid and the found kid a little later on.
He's not missing anymore.
I know that, the missing kid and the found kid. That's why I said missing kid and found kid.
You make it sound like 2 kids.
Yeah, I thought it was 2 kids too. I was very
It's the
confused.
same damn kid. He was missing, then he was found. All
who
right.
apparently has the ability to fly.
No, okay, so
He does not have the ability to fly.
it was 2 miles,
His
Froggy.
feet
Oh
were
my
very
God.
clean. You're right.
He was found about 2 miles away.
Here we go. This is a pretty stupid scheme here. A woman right here in the Tampa Bay area thought she could game a court-ordered urinalysis test with a pill container filled with soda and tap water. What happened? Well, guilty pleas last month to a pair of felony charges caused Shannon Hunter, 44, to have to take a required probation test. She had to provide a urine sample to probation officials in Clearwater. Shannon Hunter, 44. She recently admitted to possessing painkillers without a prescription, and she had some theft counts. She apparently knew her urine would prove to be unpassable.
Yeah, I mean,
So she attempted to use a prescription pill container full of an unknown liquid to pass her urinalysis. Yeah, the scheme didn't work very well. Hunter was hiding the pill container inside not her purse.
Yes.
Oh,
She was hiding the pill container with the liquid right up in, right up there. Yep, you got it. It was detected by the probation official familiar with the popular, liquid to try to pass the urinalysis scheme of having it all wedged up in there. Usually a container will hold synthetic urine or online pee that you buy that's guaranteed clean. After being read her rights, Hunter admitted that the liquid inside her plastic case just contains soda and tap water, a concoction that would have absolutely resulted in a failed test anyway. She thought that apparently it was Sprite.
Sprite and tap water
Well,
would be my least.
The court records do not identify the soda involved, either Sprite or Mountain Dew.
I'll say Mountain Dew is a much more logical choice.
Yeah.
Mellow Yellow would work in this instance.
Well, exactly. Now,
a good ginger ale.
the court documents do not say exactly what soda and water mixture she had, but
I'd go Canada Dry.
Sprite or Mountain Dew might be a decent. If you use like root beer, that might not be the best.
it all depends on how much water you
You
cut
might
it
want to
with.
get your liver checked.
I mean, if you cut Sprite with water, it's still clear.
How was she thinking that submitting a urine sample that had no urine in it was going to be anything that would be passable.
She'd be better off just scooping out of the
God.
toilet water.
Anyway, late last week, she pleaded no contest to a misdemeanor charge of urinalysis fraud, sentenced to 20 days max in the county jail in Pinellas, and was ordered to pay fines and court costs of $500. Yeah, she's got a pretty long rap sheet as well. So anyway, don't try to use soda and water to pass a urine test. Not going to work.
Roxanne could have got her a bottle of Thin Energy.
Yeah. All right. 6:51 at the MJ Morning Show. Hey, listen, if you got to have your biscuits in the morning, you got to have your biscuits. You've got to hear what a woman did at Popeyes where they left her biscuits out of the order. Holy frigamoly. Don't do this. I know you might be very disappointed if Popeyes leaves your biscuits out of the bag, but don't do this. What? Tell you next on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. 702, rolling up on 703 here on a Monday. David Bowie, of course. You know, when Bowie died, what, like 2017, was it? 2016, 2017? And, you know, I was working in Tribeca down in New York, 2016. So Bowie died January 10th of 2016. And I would walk home every day when I was doing the show up in New York for a bit. And I would walk from Tribeca, from like Canal Street, all the way up to Union Square. Ugh. And I would walk different ways home. What do you mean? Ugh?
Sounds terrible. Living there sounds terrible.
No, I walked tons all over the place. And I walked by David Bowie's apartment. And after he had died, there was like this massive memorial on the sidewalk. And they had to put up like barricades because people were... The amount of flowers and like David Bowie related items all over the sidewalk. There was like this whole makeshift memorial where he lived in Manhattan. All right, 704 MJ Morning Show on Q105. Some people, man, if you don't include the biscuits in the order, they're going to go biscuit bonkers, folks.
I mean, if you order biscuits and gravy, you don't get biscuits.
You just get a big bucket of gravy.
No. There's no gravy involved. Just good buttermilk biscuits.
Oh, how's the biscuit bitch concept? Remember?
Remember?
Yes, yes.
You're looking at me like I just said something.
Well, because I haven't
brick and mortar yet?
I haven't even told the story yet. You're already trying to take me off down a different
That's
path.
what we do.
So has Michelle made biscuits lately at the house?
She has not.
Okay.
It's been about a month or so. It's been a while since she's made biscuits. But Michelle,
get with it, biscuit bitch.
All right, Michelle makes a great biscuit, a great buttermilk biscuit. Whole fat buttermilk, not the cheap, like low fat buttermilk. Don't even waste your time with that. And of course, you got to have white lily flour.
Of course.
Hey, listen, if you want Michelle's biscuit recipe, it's very easy. It's the Southern Living biscuit recipe. If you go online, just Google the Southern Living buttermilk biscuit recipe. That's the recipe. But you got to make sure you use white lily self-rising flour.
There goes your whole business.
It's not my whole...
Just give out the recipe. What an idiot. You ever heard Colonel Sanders do that?
It's a very well-known recipe. Roxanne, I haven't even gotten to the story of the Bonkers biscuit.
I know, but they're so delicious. It's worth mentioning.
Well, you haven't had Michelle's biscuits.
I've heard all about them.
All right,
They're
whatever.
okay. I've had them.
No, you have. Oh, you have.
Yes, I have.
That's right. You guys came over for brunch one
very
time.
good.
They are. The biscuits are fantastic. No, but you got to use the whole fat buttermilk. And I think it's Marburger. So like Walmart or Publix, they've got that green label Marburger. And also, let me give you a little tip here. If the buttermilk is kind of old and turning a little bit,
it's better.
It's even better.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Michelle will whip out buttermilk that she's got in the fridge that's like 6, 8, 9 months old.
I thought I felt sick after eating that
No,
thing.
you didn't. No, but a couple of months old, I'm telling you.
Just on the cusp of E. coli.
There's no E. coli involved. But you got to use whole fat buttermilk. You got to use white lily flour. And Michelle freezes the butter. You want to use like the frozen butter because it's like the frozen butter that melts when it's in the oven. It adds more steam pockets. And anyway, her biscuits are phenomenal. And listen, Popeyes has a good biscuit. Bojangles, which I don't think we have anymore here.
I haven't been to a Bojangles since I was in the Carolinas driving through.
Listen, even KFC has,
KFC has a decent biscuit. Yeah.
All right. Now, this is a Popeyes biscuit story, and I guess this woman really wanted her biscuits. In order for someone to behave in this fashion, you got to be bonkers for biscuits, ladies and gentlemen. A Georgia woman drove her vehicle through a Popeyes restaurant because they left the biscuits inadvertently out of her order. What kind of psycho do you have to be to ruin your car and drive it through the front door of a Popeyes? This happened in Georgia. Brenda H. Miller, a 50-year-old woman, was charged with first-degree criminal damage to property and aggravated assault. Deputies up in Richmond County, Georgia, I guess that's Augusta, they were called to the Popeyes on Walton Way in Augusta, Georgia. They got a report, a 911 call came in, accident with injuries.
Oh, no.
They get there, and the store manager tells police that this woman, Belinda Miller, became angry because she discovered that no biscuits were in her order and that she drove her SUV through the entrance of the restaurant.
What?
The manager said the restaurant corrected the mistake and even gave her the biscuits before the crash.
You know what?
But she was still angry that they left her biscuits out of the order, so she smashed. Who the hell ruins their car and then commits a felonious act because they left biscuits out of your bag, but then they correct it before you drive through? What the hell is going on here?
No. They need to learn. They needed some kind of punishment, even though they tried to make it right.
I'm going to make sure they don't leave out the biscuits next time.
Yeah, they're going to remember.
Oh, they got to double check those biscuits because some crazy bitch might run their car through the front door of the damn restaurant.
I mean, you have to admit, these Popeyes employees will always double check biscuits moving forward.
Was she a biscuit bitch?
She was a
She's a biscuit bitch.
Bonkers biscuit bitch.
Now remember, my lovely wife Michelle, she's dubbed herself the
biscuit batch.
What?
Bitch. Yeah. I was like trying to say biatch.
We're either going to
and then
say
I was trying to say batch.
No, she makes batches of biscuits.
we're either going to say the word or we're not.
But this woman really is a biscuit bitch.
Yeah, she really is.
I mean, running your car through. So she leaves the scene. She smashes her car through the front of Popeyes, then puts the thing in reverse. And listen, she wrecked the whole front entrance. There was an employee that was somewhat injured, but okay. The manager said they corrected the mistake. The manager also said the woman threatened the staff before the incident.
So they knew.
Including calling the store and threatening to drive her car into the building.
She told them.
She even warned them, I'm going to drive my car through the building. So Miller nearly struck an 18-year-old employee with the vehicle when she crashed into the store. I guess the employee had to dive out of the way, just kind of minor injuries on the employee, nothing major. Could have been a lot worse. And she continued to drive through the Popeyes until all of the debris stopped her vehicle. So I guess what? There are tables, chairs.
Yeah.
I mean, Popeyes has a lot of fixtures in there.
The Louisiana kitchen. Don't they have like glass jars with like rice and beans in there now? Part of the new decor.
They have the big 5-gallon jug of sweet tea and then the other one of unsweet tea.
So as she smashes through the Popeyes, debris stopped her vehicle from moving any further. That's when she put it into reverse and just left. And then went home. So she flees the store, and she was later found at her home with extensive front-end damage to her SUV.
I tell you, man.
She was booked into a local detention center. Bond was over $4,000. I don't have the latest whether she's still in custody. Belinda Miller. All this over biscuits left out of her order, which they eventually made right even before the accident. But still, she said, what'd she say to herself? I'm going to teach them. I'm going to learn them a thing or two.
They're going to learn a thing or two.
I'm going to teach them not to leave biscuits out of my order again.
Anybody's order. She's doing a service to humanity here by just making sure these Popeyes employees are all trained up moving forward. You know, Popeyes is one of those restaurants, MJ. It's a fast food place, but you can't sleep on it, man.
Whose kids here take the school bus?
You know what? My kids don't.
They don't.
No, we're a drop-off family.
All right. So no one, Roxanne, your kids are young. And
No,
they're
but they don't take the bus.
Well,
I mean, yeah,
but they wouldn't be eligible because your kids.
one of them would be.
Well,
Your
okay,
2-year-old doesn't take the bus?
Now, Froggy, your kids are what, 11 and 7 or 8?
Yeah, we let them drive themselves.
Do your
They
kids
hitchhike sometimes.
Do your kids take the bus?
No.
I took the bus every day going to school.
I never took it one time except for a
Interesting.
field trip.
So no one in this room, you all have school-age kids, and no one takes the bus.
I think you can get into a lot of trouble on a bus. I remember I took the bus as a kid. The conversations.
The reason why I bring this up is because we have a kind of a nightmare bus driver story at a school. This is like a little heads-up warning. If you've got a creepy bus driver, you know, your intuition might be right. Hang on, I'll explain. And listen, I don't want to give people a complex. I mean, most school bus drivers are great people.
Yeah, they're the best.
All right, most school bus drivers are fantastic. But I got a rough one coming up here in just a bit. Hang on, ladies and gentlemen. When we get back, We will also need to discuss a viral pizza situation. We also need to discuss painted hair. Are you aware of the whole painted hair craze? What is going on? That and a whole lot more. We've got just too much stuff to do today here on a Monday. So as always, there'll be all kinds of crap left on the table. But hang on, we start our long chunk of the MJ Morning Show next. Also, I've got a little staph issue. I have to.
Oh my God, an infection?
No, I don't have a.
Is it in your eye?
You may want to get that checked
No,
out.
I have a staff. I have a staff issue with one of you people.
Oh,
all right.
Oh, that's nice.
There's a staff member issue that I want to kind of address.
Yeah, one of you people.
All right, so I got something I got to address.
Well, I've been on time this whole week and last week.
Oh, and also I heard that you way overstayed a reservation at a restaurant over the weekend. Is that true?
oh my God.
Is it?
Very
is
true.
it true that
It's very true.
that they even commented?
Yes.
Why
They're going to
why
put up my notes.
Why would you do this?
What? Because
Why
I was.
would you? All right, Roxanne overstayed her welcome at a very well-known local restaurant to the point of it being obnoxious, like trespassing and loitering.
Yes.
All right, hold on. I'll explain it all next. Don't move. MJ Morning Show back in minutes, and we start an hour and 20 minutes nonstop with no interruptions next here on the MJ Morning Show. 4 here on a Monday morning, and boom, just like that, we start an hour and 20 minutes nonstop MJ morning show. No interruptions, no music, no commercials. 1 hour, 20 minutes. No one does this like the MJ morning show. Nobody. Where do I start? All right, first the school bus driver, then Roxanne. I can't believe that you would do that. What were you guys thinking? You know,
We weren't thinking. Nobody was thinking.
all right, hang on.
Why can't you just sit there forever? I don't understand.
Yes.
Talk about overstaying your welcome. And then you were like creating HR issues at the table.
We were playing jokes.
Hang on a minute. And then I do have something I need to approach internally here with the staff. We'll get to that coming up. Oh, around 8 o'clock, we got 2 huge things coming up in just over half an hour as well. We have scheduled the daughter of the guy that was pronounced dead by the Clearwater EMTs.
Oh, yeah.
So the daughter is going to join us right around 8 o'clock, all right? But then I also have a very serious radio issue we got to deal with here. This is potentially an industry game changer for radio, could change your radio listening forever. And it is terrible. It is awful. I want to put you, the listener, on red freaking alert. And I got samples. This is unbelievable. And you're going to be shocked.
Wow.
Coming up a lot here on the MJ Morning Show. So let's get going. First of all, I don't want to creep people out. Most bus drivers are fantastic. You know, underappreciated, underpaid. Right? Bus drivers keep schools going.
Yeah, a lot of responsibility being
There
a
is.
bus driver.
Absolutely.
You're responsible for all the lives of those
You
children.
get that big wheel you have to deal with.
Yeah.
Let me be very clear. You got to make sure they don't stand in front of the white line and
Right.
all that
All
stuff.
kinds of
Yeah.
distractions from them, too.
Listen carefully. Most bus drivers are great. However, I'm sorry. This could be like a creepy movie. An Atlanta area school bus driver who was out on bond. All right, so you got a school bus driver that was out on bond, allegedly broke into the home of a 10-year-old girl looking for her.
Oh, come
What
on.
the hell? Gogинeni. How do you say the first name of this dude?
Gogin.
Gojiniri Rayudu, 56, was arrested last week, charged with felony burglary, misdemeanor loitering, was already back on the streets as of last Thursday, posted $20,000 bond. This is insane. The young girl's mom is distraught. Cassie Sia says, what is going on here? And, you know, she's like, I'm just trying to protect my family. She got a restraining order against the bus driver. She said, I'm really freaked out. Told Atlanta media he was definitely up to something bad. I just don't know how bad it was. The mother, Sia, said that Rayudu, the bus driver, who was the preteen school's bus driver, had been pestering the child with weird questions about their family and had visited her neighborhood several times in the weeks before the break-in, not on bus duty.
This is an issue.
Is this crazy? This is like a Stephen King psycho bus driver movie.
The bus driver.
Exactly. So the dude is just coming to your neighborhood off duty just to what? To scope things out?
Yeah, casing the joint. That's exactly what he was doing.
I always thought Otto from The Simpsons was a pedo.
No, Otto just
No.
likes getting high, sitting in the corner.
He's just driving the school bus all toked up, man. All right, so the Cobb County School District knows they haven't got a problem with this guy. The guy's no longer a bus driver, and they recognize that this bus driver had an apparent obsession with the 10-year-old. And it grew to the point where he walked into the front door of the family's home wearing gloves last week, closed the door behind him. He identified himself as the girl's bus driver and told the mother that he was there to see her.
Oh, my gosh.
Can you imagine this? A 10-year-old girl and the bus driver is breaking into your home. here to see your daughter.
Yeah, come on in, sit down, have a seat. Can I get
Terrifying.
you something to drink?
I told you I had a creepy bus driver story.
Honey, come on down. Your bus driver's here.
Now,
My
folks,
bus broke down again outside your house.
Now, folks, I don't want you to take this story and apply it to all bus
No.
drivers. No. But most bus drivers are fantastic. They'll do anything to protect those kids.
Bus driver comes over, wants to see your daughter. You invite him in.
Yeah.
Do you shoot him in your living room? I mean, do you shoot him right there?
A 56-year-old male bus driver.
It's like younger than your daughter, Fess.
Think about it. Somebody comes over.
You're dead.
I'm the janitor. I'm the bus driver. Came to
Where's your
see-
daughter?
Came to see your kid. Hey, come on in.
And then the mother then spoke with neighbors.
Stand on the tile, not the carpet.
And there's a neighborhood security officer, and they said, oh, yeah, that guy's been visiting the area several times and even asking for the daughter of this mother.
yeah.
What the hell?
Wow.
When she asked her daughter about the bus driver, she described him as a special friend. Oh, my
Oh.
God. I'm your special friend till the end.
Oh,
And that Rayudu had changed her bus seat so he could talk with her.
Oh, good. I'm glad he's paying attention to the
Oh,
road
my
and he's not turned
God.
around talking to one of the
What is
riders.
this guy?
Yeah.
He's a pedophile.
Sia had been her bus driver's, Sia, so the mother.
Later.
It's CEA. Yes, really. Sia said that this Rayuru guy, had been her daughter's bus driver for like 2 months.
Okay.
Oh.
All right.
She says,
Move
I don't know
fast.
what the obsession was with her, but all I can think of is if I hadn't been there, what would have happened? Can you imagine the bus driver comes into your house with gloves on, closes the door?
Dude,
You're gonna get beaten to oblivion.
She says, listen to what the mother says. So the mother, Sia,
Later.
stop doing that. So the mother says that her kids are never riding the bus again.
I would say so.
I mean,
That's
maybe just
scarred for life for
get
buses.
rid of this guy.
She says, I don't even know if I want her in public school anymore because are we taking this serious or are we just like, oh, he's just a weirdo?
Yeah,
Dude.
for real. Did this guy get in trouble?
No, he's actually bus driver of the
No,
month.
he was
Wow.
arrested. He was arrested.
Good.
He bonded out, but this guy's no longer driving a bus. I mean, think of this. What is the weirdest thing that can happen? Your 10-year-old daughter's bus driver walks into your house and closes the door.
Yeah, stand in the garage right there.
My special friend.
I got into so much trouble because of my
Oh.
bus driver. Dude, my bus driver's name was Mr. Heward,
Yeah.
and I would call him Mr. Hard
Ew.
again and again, and he got me in trouble. And I got detention in 7th grade for making fun of Mr. Hard's name.
Mr.
Yeah.
That sounds like a real serious violation.
Well,
right there, Fester.
listen, he didn't come to my house and say he was my special friend, but to this day, I hold a grudge against Ed Heward.
Try being called Coochie your entire childhood.
7:32 at the MJ Morning Show. I'm sorry if I creeped anyone out on the bus driver.
Yeah, you really did.
But, how can I ignore that? It's crazy.
Have fun dropping your kids off at the bus stop today.
Yeah.
Listen.
Good morning, everybody.
Most bus drivers are fantastic.
You know, a lot of bus drivers are going to be getting squirrely looks from parents today as they load them up.
All right. Speaking of squirrely looks, how many hours did you take over, occupy, loiter? How many hours did you and your little lunch clique on Saturday stay at? Was it Saturday or Sunday?
It was Saturday.
Saturday, yeah.
Mhm.
So my intel tells me that Roxanne and Meredith from the old MJ Morning Show and what, your sister was there? How many people were there?
6.
6 people.
Mhm.
You guys
Which
had
is a really good size.
you had a little girls' lunch on Saturday afternoon.
Yeah. Yes.
And this was at Olivia.
Olivia's. Is it Olivia's?
It's Olivia. No,
Okay.
it's just Olivia. So you were at Olivia in South Tampa,
Yes.
which is on Swan and Henderson.
Upon your recommendation.
Olivia's,
so good.
Olivia's fantastic. Again, it's a Chris Pont operation. You know,
This is
Chef-
your fault now
Chef-
that we're talking
it's,
about
Oh,
it.
it's my fault?
Yeah.
So Chef Pont obviously has on Swan. He's got Olivia, the new Pont Modern American, which is just incredible. They're all great. And, of course, his claim to fame was, remember, Cafe Pont over near Icon Center.
Oh, yeah.
That's where, people really know him from. And, of course, the continuation of his fabulous concepts. So you and your little clique, you guys go.
Why is it a clique?
What's-
Your
Not clique.
group.
All right,
Yeah.
your group, you guys go to lunch. At what time is your reservation?
1:30. And I was on time,
Yeah.
miraculously.
They didn't leave until 6:30. They occupied the
Oh
table.
my gosh.
They occupied the table for 5 hours.
Ew,
Now,
the sun
are
was
you not
setting.
allowed to do that? Is there
mean-
a time limit on the table?
What's the expectation?
Well,
I mean,
come on. I mean, you can't squat there. It's like you're moving in. You're
Well, you're taking money away from them, right? Because
well, you know that's just unfair. What made you guys think you could sit there?
Bill, and it was like
I know, but what made you guys think you could sit there for 5 hours?
I had no idea it was that long.
Were you that hammered?
I mean, yes, I was. It was.
I hope
Meredith's-
you had a designated driver, or
Of course, I did. My
or-
sister drove me.
and your
yeah.
sister didn't drink.
No, she didn't drink.
well, she drank the first 2 hours and was
I
completely
know,
sober by
I know,
the end
really.
of the
Oh, yeah.
6-hour meal.
Yeah.
Yeah, after 5.5 hours, she was a 0.0.
Exactly.
All right, so MJ, what's the expectation here? You make a 1:30 lunch appointment. Is it an hour and a
couple
half?
of hours, you
Couple
know.
of hours?
Yeah, I think they probably plan on a couple hours in between tables. But Roxanne, you guys was 5 hours.
Yeah. So the reason I noticed
You
something
cut
was
into
odd
their-
about that.
you cut into
we
their
had
dinner
server
crowd.
Switch. We had server switch while we were there. We went from one
The
one
lunch
server
crew.
to yes.
The lunch crew left.
Dude, she's like, the reason I noticed something was different was because the sun was going down.
It was dark.
Yes.
We went in when the sun was directly overhead.
The cars outside had their headlights on all of a sudden. Yes, it was very different than when we sat down.
Yeah, that. Listen, wherever you go, staying at a table for 5 hours.
It was like a big production. Okay, and then one of the guys, when I was leaving, he was like, "All right, Ms. Wilder, when I make your notes for the next time you come to the restaurant, you want a table for 8 hours, right? Is that your usual?"
Oh, he said that to you.
Oh, that's passive aggressive.
That's funny. That's pretty funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right,
So
but
we got hammered. We just it wasn't my fault. Meredith actually started ordering tequila shots.
Yeah, that's
Oh my
Meredith's game.
God.
That's her game.
What time do those start? 2:30?
yeah,
Yes.
Olivia, and then you texted me.
Take the girl out of Jacksonville.
What you texted me on Saturday afternoon, and you're like, "What should I get, MJ?"
Yeah, and I circled. I narrowed it down.
Should I get the cacio e pepe?
Yeah.
Or should I get the squidding pasta with the seafood? And I
Right.
said they're both fantastic. The last time I had the squidding pasta, I thought it was just tremendous. So
yeah,
did you
it
go
was
with that?
That's what I went with, and I remembered eating it yesterday because I brought half of it home. So I didn't really. You
Hold on,
texted me, you're like, "How was it?" And I had no clue.
You remembered? Oh, so wait, you were so hammered you didn't remember the dish the first day, but now you remembered the leftovers.
Yes.
Oh, fantastic.
I don't do that often, but it was a special occasion.
Ah.
Good for you guys. Sounds fun.
Yeah, it was good.
And then tell me about this HR issue.
Okay, so I don't want you to think this is a malicious trick, but Doug and his sisters, they're like practical jokers to each other. So when one of his sisters went to the bathroom, I was like, okay, she's in HR, she's head of HR of a big company, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna trick her, and when she comes back, Meredith and I are gonna talk about all the inappropriate things that we do at work, and because she's head of HR, she's just gonna be absolutely appalled by it. Oh, and that I have children with a brother.
So you're scheming this.
Yes.
So this is what is your relation again?
Sister-in-law.
This is sister-in-law.
Yeah.
Doug's sister.
This is
Doug's
this is
sister.
Dig Doug's sister.
Is her name like
So-
Donna or Diane?
Hold
or
on.
one of those?
It's Diane.
She goes to the bathroom, which I got to believe there were probably 5 or 6 bathroom trips if you guys were at the
Oh.
table for 6 hours, 5
yeah,
hours,
for
whatever.
Sure. And then when you're that drunk, you go in the bathroom and you see people and you just start having conversations with strangers.
You're probably having talks with the toilet. You guys are talking to the plumbing fixtures in there. All right, so she goes to the bathroom and
Yeah.
she's in HR.
Yeah, she's in HR.
She's in human resources.
Yeah.
So when she goes to the bathroom, you guys scheme
that we're going to talk about
all
things.
kinds of HR violations
Right,
when she
because-
comes back to the table.
Right, because everybody at the table was family except Meredith. Meredith was the only one who wasn't a family member in some fashion.
All right, so she comes back to the
comes
table.
back- so
And then
she didn't know Meredith and I except that we worked together. So that's it.
What kind of HR issues did you start laying
so
on
Meredith
her?
and I would be like, oh gosh, we have so much in common. So after the show, we just go into our, we get together and we go into a studio and we just, sometimes we cry to each other. If it's a real bad day, maybe we'll just make out a little bit. And then we'll and then we'll talk about.
Are you trying to make your sister-in-law think you're a les?
Hey, hang on a minute. So you're talking in front of your sister-in-law, the HR director, about you and Meredith making out at work?
Then we're like, we'll talk about all the different guys at work and who we think is good in bed.
Oh my God, you're talking about the guys at work who you want to bang? What's going on here?
You said I was awful, right?
You Matt Lauer?
Did you come up with names?
No, we didn't give specifics. We were just, this is all made up. Obviously, we don't go do that.
I don't know. A lot of times when you
Obviously.
bring something up, there's truth to it.
No.
Well, I believe
this is
I
a
believe
prank.
they.
How many times have you made out with Meredith here in the studio?
Zero. But,
In the
but
studio?
we were saying this, and you should have seen my sister-in-law's face. She was like, her jaw hit the table. She was like, "This, I cannot believe."
My God, this is a walking HR time bomb here. All right, I've got something serious I want to talk about, folks. Very, very, very curious about something. Hey, before I do that, Roxanne, do you still have the rental car?
No, I don't.
Did you ever figure out you had a Mazda rental car?
Yes.
And you had that because Doug's car was in the shop?
Yes.
Okay. Would you like to revise that story?
Huh?
Would you like to? Would you like to revise that story?
Oh my
Would you
God.
like to submit a new?
That response wasn't.
Listen.
That is the
Would you?
guiltiest
Would you
response.
like to
Hold on.
submit?
That is
would
the
you-
guiltiest response ever.
Huh?
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Excuse me.
Rock-
We have a rule around here. What is our rule?
I don't know.
We have one rule.
I have no idea.
One rule. If you don't want it on air, you don't talk about it. And I stuck to that rule.
Okay,
She
all right.
did.
Yeah,
So,
I did.
all
So
right.
zzz,
All. Nope, I'm not. I'm not.
What'd you do? Roll your BMW?
Hold on a
There's
second.
a revision to the
All right.
rule, but go ahead,
No,
MJ.
All last week, Roxanne told us that she was driving Doug's rental car because Doug's car was in the shop.
For repair.
And
oh, but that is true. That is actually true.
Well,
Hold on, let's get the whole story
Hang
out.
on a minute. Would you like to revise any portion of your story?
no, I would not.
What is going on?
So the rule is.
I think I know what happened.
Hold on, Roxanne.
I think I know how you know.
So listen, I don't know anything other than I know. All right, so
Oh, man.
Roxanne,
If we don't want it on air, we don't mention it in this room.
Okay,
and I
that's-
did not want that on air.
That is part A of the rule. Part B of the rule is MJ investigations still continue behind your back or in front of you. Just
True.
because I don't mention something doesn't mean he's not going to find out through other means.
Roxanne, would you like to come clean on something?
No, I really don't want to come clean on something. It's not my fault. So that's why this is a mess. What you're digging into right now is a mess.
I like messes.
We
I love messy
Love
morning
messes.
radio.
All right.
All right, Roxanne.
This is not good.
Roxanne.
For so many reasons.
Roxanne, what happened to your BMW X5?
Somebody's gonna get mad at me. So
What?
I don't even want to. It's such a. It's
Who
such
is
a.
somebody?
Okay, listen.
Well, you
This
told
has
us that
been-
you told us Doug's vehicle was in the shop, where I believe that maybe your vehicle might have needed repair.
Yeah, maybe you're right, and maybe you do have friends there. Maybe that's what it is.
No,
No?
I have no friends.
Hold on, MJ. Hold on.
Okay.
What,
I have no friends.
Roxanne's just going to to try to diffuse the situation and give convoluted
Listen.
answers. What do you know? Present your
Present your
present
evidence.
your evidence,
What's your
MJ.
evidence?
I was just told by somebody to look into the reason why Roxanne is driving a rental car.
And who told you that?
I cannot reveal it.
Well, then I cannot reveal any more information myself.
Oh, that's not exactly how that works.
It was an anonymous tip. All right, Roxanne, you told us that you had that Mazda rental car last week because Dig Dug's car was in the shop.
That is true.
And that he was ill. He didn't need to drive it, so you thought you'd put the mileage on the rental car instead of your BMW X5.
Ironically, that is true. Doug's car was in the shop at the same time that my car was in the shop.
And Roxanne, what?
And I made him rent me that car.
What happened to your BMW?
do you understand?
You've kept this from us.
Yes,
you,
I have.
You
It's-
deliberately
yes.
have not told us that something happened with you and your BMW X5.
Okay.
What happened?
So this is very touchy situation in our household. And it's been an issue for more than the length of time that it should have been. It should have been taken care of a while ago.
What
But
occurred? What
something
happened?
occurred. Doug's going to get mad at me for saying this, but
Did he wreck your car?
he did something to my car.
What did he do to your car?
He bumped a mailbox.
He drove your X5 into a
He bumped
mailbox?
the side of it. He bumped the side of it. So
Well, that happens to
he was
everybody.
like, it was no big deal. It was no big deal. But
Oh, so you
It
had
just-
you had nothing to do with the car damage?
nothing.
Okay, so
Nothing.
Dig Dug wrecked your X5?
It's not that he wrecked it.
Was he
but-
on his cell phone? Was he texting?
No, we were all in the car. No.
How did he run into a mailbox?
He said the kids were being loud. That's who he blamed. He
Oh,
said the kids
ladies
were
and
being loud.
gentlemen, another episode of
Roxanne Wilder.
and Doug. So Doug wrecked your X5.
He didn't wreck it. It was a small thing, but it needed to be taken care of. And guess where we went? The most amazing place ever. Is this how you found out?
I don't even know where you took it.
Gene Perez?
I had no idea.
Okay.
Who?
So, yeah, you know him though, right?
I know of
Okay.
We've had some work done there over the years, but I didn't know where it was.
Okay.
My tip came from, I had no idea.
I'm going to find out where your tip came from.
I had no idea where your car was being repaired. I just heard that the BMW X5 was wrecked.
It wasn't wrecked. It was a mailbox scrape. It was a scrape.
Why? I was told it was more than a scrape.
Well, I want to see the pictures.
So
I'm sure you have 100 of them.
I want to know. I want to know what caused Doug to, and whose mailbox was it? And did you repair their mailbox or?
It was a steel, like nothing happened to the mailbox. It was like
it was a sturdy mailbox.
sturdy
all
it
the
wasn't-
damage was to the car.
Yeah, it was like a mailbox in a stack of bricks.
Wait a minute. Oh, so
Yeah.
the mailbox
that's the
in the
worst.
you hit
Yeah,
The
something-
worst mailbox to hit.
where they build the mailbox into
was-
the brick column.
It was a
In your
sturdy
was it
thing.
in your neighborhood?
No, it was in my sister's neighborhood. Yeah.
Did he destroy the mailbox?
No, not at all. Nothing even happened to the mailbox. I was like,
How do you have a 6,000-pound BMW X5? You
he
hit a
was just
mailbox
like-
and nothing happens
It
to the
was
mailbox.
because it was a scrape. It was a scrape, and everybody in my family saw it. They were right out there when it happened.
Yeah, that's what happens, MJ. You don't hit the mailbox straight on as much as you're a little off on the road and
Yeah.
you hit the mirror
Did
or
he
the door.
Did he knock the mirror off?
No, just the side, scraped the side.
How does it look now? Can I tell that there's been...
Amazing.
When
Go nose around.
When
in
did you pick it up?
Friday.
How long was it in the shop? Like all last week?
Yes.
Just for a little bitty scrape?
I mean, body work takes a while.
yeah.
Why
Hello?
didn't you tell us that Dig Dug ran your vehicle into a mailbox?
Because it was a point of contention in our household, and all the Dig Dug stories I bring to the table are not really points
Did you
of contention.
yell at
They're
him
just
for
funny.
wrecking? Did you yell at him for wrecking your vehicle?
What do you think?
I think that you probably went nuts on him, and that's why this is a sore subject.
Yes, it's a very
But
sore
you
subject.
deceived us. You didn't
Yeah,
tell us that you
I
had a rental
deceived-
car because your beloved X5 was in the shop.
MJ, did the person who tell you work here or
Yeah,
somewhere else?
I had to get an anonymous tip that Roxanne was not being truthful.
But do they work here in the building?
Yeah,
I
and I want to find out what dirty rat works here that did it. Or,
What cheese eater works here?
I cannot reveal.
Here's the craziest part of this whole story.
Can't trust
MJ.
nobody around
Here's
here.
the nuttiest part of the whole story. Roxanne didn't have to bring any of this up. She didn't ever had to mention she was driving a rental car. I mean, she parks in the back. Nobody knows where she parks.
Right.
Nobody would have known for a week that she was driving a Mazda. She even brought in flashing lights from the dashboard to pique our interest in the fact that there's a rental car in the first place.
Yeah, but
it would
you're
never
not
have been
gonna
out on
tie
the radio.
rental car.
Last
You're
week-
not going to tie rental car to me having my car repaired.
It looks like MJ did exactly that. Verbatim, the
Yeah.
one thing you said he's not going to do.
I did. So, listen, I just know that this is like, you know what this is? This is deception by omission.
No, it's called none ya business.
It's-
None of your
That's what it's
business.
called. It's called family matters that need to stay that way and don't need to be aired out.
Did this turn into like a major fight in your house?
This has been a festering point of contention in our house for a significant, yes. Do you think, let me just ask you a question. Do you think when someone's like, oh, babe, I got a golf trip I got to take, nice that I'm still driving a expletive car. Do you think those conversations don't take place? Yes, it's been a very bad sore subject, and we got past
Listen,
it.
Mazdas are a
We
nice
got
car.
past it on
So
Friday.
now I'm ripping open
Yes.
the wound again?
Yes.
All right.
All right,
now,
there's only one thing to do, and that's talk to Doug.
well, there's only one other thing I want to know is how much damage was it?
I don't know. That wasn't my problem. That was not my problem.
Well, did you go through insurance?
I said, this is your problem. Take care.
How
No.
much was the bill?
I don't know. I don't like to know those things.
Will Dig Dug pick up the phone?
We'll find
No,
it. We'll
I'll
find
tell
out.
him not to. I'll tell him not
You're
to.
going to tell him not to?
Now you're going to tell him that?
No, guys, you don't understand. This is.
Did you guys get into like a big fight over this?
You don't understand. This has been like a bad issue.
Like
for a
relationship
couple of
ending?
months, and we just got past
hold
it
on,
on Friday.
a couple of months?
Yeah.
So your car was damaged for a couple of months?
Yes. It's been busy. Couple
Should have
of
just
months.
left it.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
character.
I mean, I think a scratch on a car.
I think it was more than a scratch.
No, it wasn't more than a scratch.
So you've been driving a car with a big gash in it for like 3 months, and none of us have
Why
noticed?
wouldn't you
exactly,
tell us?
Exactly.
MJ,
no, I have not.
I have a question, MJ.
Yeah.
You have to tell us this at least.
Yeah.
The person who told you, was it male or female?
Yeah.
You have to give us that.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's truly an anonymous tip, they don't exactly identify their gender. Hi, MJ, I want to give you an anonymous tip.
I think you could tell by their voice.
Or if, what was it, an email?
Unless it was a progeria kid.
It was, what are you going for?
Because people are guessing who told. I don't know. Someone said Gino told you, but I don't think it was
Gino? What the hell is Gino?
Our afternoon guy?
All he cares about is 80s music.
That's it. All he talks about is the Saturday night dance party.
Hey, MJ, here's Saturday night dance party. It was rocking, man.
And some top 10 list that he put online that got 29 million hits.
Did you hear me go from the Bee Gees into Genesis? Oh, man, it changed the world.
It's called a listicle. Get it right.
Roxanne, but I have trust issues with you
Well,
now.
guess what? You shouldn't have trust issues. You should have better trust in me that I don't bring things to the table that are not like what I bring to the table regarding my personal life is fun. I don't bring the baggage.
Is your relationship okay with Doug?
Yeah, it's fine.
But did I just open things back up?
Things back up.
I just ripped the Band-Aid off?
Yes.
Of course it's going good. He's always in the Bahamas.
Yeah, Doug is fine right now. Doug's going on a $100,000 golf excursion in like 6 days. He doesn't care. Car's fixed.
7:50 at the MJ Morning Show.
I have to tell you something.
Yes.
So Friday, when I went in to pick up my car, they were so unbelievably nice.
Where'd you get your car
Jean
fixed?
Perez.
Jean Perez. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
so nice. And like when I walked in, they're like, "Oh my gosh, did you really eat the rice pudding? Did you really eat the rice pudding that your daughter was eating?"
Oh, the moldy pudding?
So they were so sweet because some of them listened to the show, and I almost I wanted to text you guys because sometimes I'll do that, and I want to be like, "Oh, guess what? They listened to us at Gene." No, we're not going to do that.
Sounds like Gene's the one that called MJ.
No, I had no idea where you got your car fixed.
In the building or outside the building?
Yeah, tell us at least that. Give us a hint.
It was an anonymous tip.
I know who it is.
It was an anonymous tip. Maybe.
Maybe. What does that mean?
It was inside the building.
What?
It was inside the building.
What?
It was.
Okay, someone is
It was.
not going to get a Christmas card.
It was inside the building. Yes. MJ, Roxanne's story about why she's driving the rental car might not be 100% accurate.
It's coming from
She
inside the
might have
building.
wrecked her BMW X5. Oh!
No, she did not.
But turns out it was Dig Dug that wrecked the BMW X5. I got to move along here. I want to know if anyone knows the new hot term for a little dating debacle. There's a term that's being thrown around, and I had not heard of this. I'm, aware of the scenario. I just didn't know that there was a label. You have all these labels these days, like ghosting, gaslighting. Have you heard of flash panning? This is a new little dating thing. Flash panning.
Flash panning.
Do you know what flash pan?
A flash in the pan, like a hookup.
I think nope.
I mean, you think of a flash in the pan. A flash in the pan is something that happens quickly and happens once, or
is it a thing in the past? Like,
nope. Flash panning, or you've been hit by a flash panner, or he or she flash panned me. This is a new dating situation. What is flash panning?
Is that when a girl's naked and she has pans over her hooties?
What?
You flash the pans?
I don't understand. What's a flash pan?
Listen to me and stop coming up with ridiculous guesses.
Oh, boobs.
Part of
ridiculous.
The job is coming up with ridiculous guesses.
Flash panning is when you think you have an instant relationship. You think like there's instantly a spark. You know when you meet somebody and it's like, oh, you hit it off and you're like, oh my God, this feels right. There's a spark. You meet somebody and instantly there's like this attraction, and then you guys see each other a lot. It could be male who's meeting a female. It could be two males, could be two females, whatever the story is. So you think you're onto something, and you're spending a lot of time together, and then suddenly, boom, they disappear. And you might say, oh, that's ghosting. No, there's a more specific term for this, and it's called flash panning, and it's when somebody acts on like this instant spark, and then you feel that there's something magical there, and it might be just one day, it might be just a couple of times, but then, boom, they disappear. And it's because they instantly might enjoy the spark, might enjoy what they think is happening, but then they get scared about commitment or something serious. So that's where the term flash panner or flash panning comes from, that you instantly have some kind of an attraction, there is some magic or fire, and it lasts for a short period of time, and then boom, the person is gone, disappears, no contact, doesn't return calls, doesn't return nothing. That is flash panning.
Isn't this just like
What's ghosting?
a new term for ghosting?
Like I said, it's not unlike ghosting, but flash panning happens quicker. There's like this, and also flash panning could indicate that there's more of like an initial hot and heavy. There's a really quick,
Okay, so do you
like
go
a
back
flash, like a flash in the pan.
Okay, so
you know.
but ghosting can be any time in a relationship. You date somebody for 3 or 4 months,
Yeah.
And then they disappear.
and then they
Okay.
disappear.
Right.
So
But-
do they come back for flash panning, for more flash
No,
panning
well,
occasionally?
flash panning could be just a first time spark, and you maybe first date,
Yeah.
or the first day, or it could be, but very brief though. It could, I would imagine, go on for a couple of days, but it's when things get very, very serious very quickly, and then one of the people just goes gone.
Okay.
That's
Like-
flash panning.
That's stupid.
What's stupid?
Just the name for it. It's called ghosting. Is what it's.
Yeah, but ghosting can happen. Let's say you and I are dating Froggy for a year,
I
right?
wish.
I know. I mean, first of all, that'd be like the longest relationship we've had with each other.
That's why I said you've heard of ghosting. This is a more immediate disappearance. So this is a more descriptive term for ghosting, but when it happens very quickly after a very fast initial come on and initial spark, things are, again, very rapid, very fast, very hot and heavy, quickly, and then poof, gone.
All flash panning is ghosting. Not all ghosting is flash panning. On the circle charts.
All right,
Gas.
that's a good way to put it. All right,
Yes.
yeah.
I'm
I've
a
heard-
circle chart guy.
I've heard of gaslighting. Have you guys heard of this is almost a new one too, gas fuming?
Is it like Dutch ovening except without the
It's when
sensitive-
you're on a first
No.
date and one of just cuts one.
This
And they're like, I've been
Froggy,
gas fueled. Ugh.
Froggy, why do you have to gravitate to 8-year-old comedy every day?
I mean, the 8-year-olds are laughing right now. MJ.
I bet you they are.
There's no gas.
Nothing like a good fart joke.
There's no gas fuming. Stop
Well,
it.
there will be now.
All right, stop.
Have you heard of gas fuming, guys?
Guys,
So-
really awful.
I wonder if anyone's ever been flash panned.
And then gas fumed.
Should we grab? There's no gas fume. Froggy just made that up.
No, it's a thing. Gas fuming.
I thought it was going to be like a termite joke where they come out and when Chet's comes out and tents your house or
tent
something.
the whole house.
well, that would
That's-
have been
that's-
dumb.
That's gas
This
fuming.
is a real thing.
I wonder if we go to phones here. I'm not going to spend. I got a lot to do here. I have to talk about a fundamental potential change in the radio industry that is terrible. I've got something to talk to you about regarding a potential existential problem with the radio industry. And this is, I'm telling you, this is a nightmare.
Wow.
And yep, folks, if you like morning radio, if you like what we do here, if you have a couple of favorite radio shows or you've been a radio fan for years, oh my God, you got to hear what I'm going to talk about in minutes.
Is it that they just hand out morning shows to any lunkhead that's available?
Don't move. Nope.
you?
Like
you.
All right. I'll explain in a minute. Hey, just out of curiosity,
Yes.
let me see if we can drum up like 1 or 2 calls for flash panning. Again, what did you say? You said that
Well, it's a form of ghosting,
so
but it's not ghosting.
All flash panning is ghosting, but not all ghosting is flash panning.
It's a very
Right.
specific
Right.
segment of ghosting.
It is. It's a segment of ghosting. So quickly, I only have like a couple minutes here. If you've been flash panned, which is you meet somebody and you are hot and heavy, and after the first couple of hours, you guys are, oh my God, or maybe you feel, this is the best thing ever. This could be, I might have found the one, and then it's like a quick instant spark, and then poof, it disappears. That's flash panning. All right, 800-990-1047. Let me see if I can grab a call or two on this. Have you been flash panned? You meet somebody and immediately first date feels like you've known each other for 6 months, a year, and you're like, oh my God, this is incredible. This is amazing. And then boom, next day, next couple of days, gone. flash panning. And again, it's because one of the individuals is afraid of commitment, seriousness. When the relationship becomes too real is another description.
What if it's for other reasons?
All right, let's go to phones on this. 800-990-1047. Have you been flash panned, or has somebody flash panned, or I should say, have you been flash panned, or have you flash panned somebody? Those are the two options. Have you been flash panned, or have you done it to somebody recently? Or, tell us a story. All right, I don't know how many calls we're going to get on this, but I only plan on taking a couple. 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. This is very specific. So you meet somebody, and then right away, you guys hit it off, and it's like fire. It is incredible. And then it could be as quickly as the next day gone, or, within a couple of days that somebody got cold feet. Hey, it might have been you, might have been them.
I mean, is this like a one-night stand, or maybe
No,
a
that's what I'm thinking.
stand?
No, you know what? It's not really, because I think you go into one-night stand thinking that it's just a one-night stand.
Okay, so someone in the relationship thinks, oh, there's something here because there's so much passion, but
exactly.
then nope, it just goes away.
Have you guys heard of microflea?
No, someone gets cold feet, and
That's what I mean.
they're worried about it getting just a little too real is the issue. Flash panning. This might be just too specific. Maybe it doesn't happen that often, but it's happening enough that there's a term for it now.
This segment might be a flash in the pan.
It could be. I mean, Andrew's answering calls, but it doesn't look like he's coming up with anything good here. All right, Fester, can you not feel your cough coming on?
No, like a nanosecond before. So the listener on Friday during MJ's Mystery Merch sent me some cough medicine, and it works wonderfully. It cut down my cough by...
That stuff's disgusting.
Apparently that creosote is made with road tar.
Yeah,
Is that true?
It's made with actual asphalt ingredients.
Tastes like it.
And it tastes like it, and it smells like it. But it's cut down my cough a lot. But it's still a little bit there.
Andrew is telling me that no one has stories that meet the criteria.
I mean,
we're getting all ghosting stories. I don't want ghosting stories. Andrew has just taken 6 or 7 phone calls, but they don't meet the criteria, he says, of the flash in the pan.
Is Andrew the best person?
Hang on. All right, see if try one more here. See if you can get one more.
Do you want to know what a microflea is?
Please, Froggy.
What is a microflea?
Tell me.
Because this is happening as well when girls they go on they have they do it first with the guy,
All right,
and they find out he has a micropeen, and then they flee. Roxanne, have you experienced that?
She's laughing. Like
I
she's
started to figure out what you were like. I put the two words
They're like,
together.
oh my god, I gotta go.
Because
They're gone.
first when you said microflea, I was
if
picturing
anybody's
like a flea
experienced
that's even-
microflea,
No, that's Andrew. That's too long.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, Andrew's talking to me in my ear again. No, that doesn't work. It was like after 3 months,
Nope.
person.
No,
that's
no.
ghosting.
Has anybody
That's
out there
not-
microfleed?
So every call Andrew just got is all like long-term or longer-term ghosting. We're looking for the
very specific
the segment
flashy-
of flash panning.
flashing.
Exactly. He's still answering calls. I'm about to move on, but every call he's taken, it's all ghosting, which ghosting is longer term. Flash panning is not. Flash panning is instantly big spark, huge potential. You're suddenly like, oh my God, this is fantastic. And then the person disappears. He just took another one. That was too long. All right.
Okay, this bit's getting too
All right,
long. We
all
don't
right.
have a call.
All right,
Let's move on.
All right, so I'm gonna move on then. I wondered if I was gonna be able to get anyone that could give us a flash panning example.
No microflea example?
Show us a microflea,
Froggy.
Frog.
There's no microflea.
You don't think women have ever tried to flee away because of the micro?
Pew! Like a flea. Pew!
Imagine they're getting together.
Seriously, do a story. Ask callers.
And the flea means two things.
Roxanne
One,
wants me to ask callers what now?
if they microfleed.
So
I bet you'll get more microfleas.
So women, have you ever been out with a guy and the junk was so small you
escaped.
You fled the microween?
You fleed.
Oh my
like
God! I mean,
a
Froggy, what are you
fleed.
doing to us, Froggy?
Microflea call.
What are you?
Froggy, give out the numbers quick. The number caller.
1-800-990-1047. Yeah, I think that's a 7.
Wow.
If you've microfleed, ladies, that means you're the guy you were hooking up with, and it was just you can barely see it.
Oh my God.
It's almost an innie.
The heck is?
I'm just trying to save the bit.
It's almost an innie.
I'm just trying to save the bit.
You don't have to.
I know a guy who has it's inverted.
You don't have to look at me when you say all this, Froggy.
It's in his body.
Andrew, I swear, Andrew is screened. Andrew's talked to 10 phone callers.
Sorry, Andrew.
Andrew, what am I taking? Wait a sec. Hold on. Andrew says we have a maybe.
Maybe for microflea or maybe for a flash in the pan.
Hi, good morning. It's MJ. Hello.
Hi, MJ. Good morning. My name is Coda.
Yes, Coda. Turn your radio all the way down. Go ahead.
So, I understand the flash painting thing. I understand you guys don't want ghosting. Does it count if we were 3 dates in, everything was perfectly fine, but then she just disappears?
That would be on the cusp.
3 days, it's cuspy.
That's the cusp of just regular ghosting and not flash panning. And then you never heard from her again?
Never heard from her again.
Do you suffer from micro, sir?
I mean, could it be an extension of microflea?
See, it all comes back to the microflea.
Thank you, Coda.
I just invented something.
Fine. Women that flee because they discover it's a micro. All right. Coda, thanks for the call. Hang on a sec. Danny is in St. Petersburg.
Is this it?
You know what? I think all of our phone lines were clogged up with ghosting calls, and now finally the flash panners are getting through. Danny in St. Pete. Hey, Danny.
Hey.
Welcome, Danny.
Thank you. So, I think that I am a victim of this. So,
Flash panning, and what happened?
so basically, I went to a bar. I had this very unattractive, weird, scrawny guy try to hit on me, and then all of a sudden, this magical voice, a British voice, was like, "Pardon me, she's with me." And I'm like, "What?" And then I turn over, and it's the most attractive man I've ever seen. We had the most magical night ever, best connection, something from the movies. You never think, I'm like, is this my soulmate? And then never heard from him ever again. I actually am questioning if the accent was real.
See, that's flash panning. See, look, it took a long time to get there, folks, but we got there because all of our lines were being clogged up with regular ghosting calls.
Danny, he used a fake accent?
Excuse me, but she's with me.
Yeah, it worked. I don't know. And he was all the boxes that every girl ever dreams of, accent, attractive, sweet, charming, funny.
How are his
and
teeth?
then afterward, he's like, "Can I take you to?" I don't remember the name of the hotel. This was out in California. It's the fancy one in Carmel.
Oh, wow.
Yes,
Carmel by the sea.
By the
Wow.
winery.
Yes.
Look at that.
Can I take you to the Hampton Inn?
Yes, I'll give you the free cookies.
And then we'll go up to Salinas and pick our own broccoli out of the Andy Boy fields.
I love Selena.
It was, he was like, "Let me take you back to my hotel and we'll just sip red wine by the fire."
Did you go back to his room?
Hell yeah,
We went to sit by the fire pit and talk till 5 in the morning. And then by that point,
How romantic.
you know what? This is my soulmate.
There you go. And then, boom, gone. Just disappeared. See, Danny, perfect. That's flash panning. Thank you so much.
Sorry,
All right.
Danny.
Hey, Andrew, I'm leaving it right there because I got to get Phoebe on the phone. So I'm going to dial up Phoebe here. Well, listen, it took a while to get there, but that's flash panning. Exactly. And again, there is a little bit of a crossover with One Night Stand, but again, magical moment, and then you think that you're going to continue, and then boom, disappeared. See ya. Not even a trace or a remnant. Gone. I got to get Phoebe on the phone. Andrew, you're saying that Phoebe's waiting for us? Okay, hang on. Let me dial Phoebe. Phoebe is the daughter of the guy that was pronounced dead by the EMTs in Clearwater, who she kept saying, "No, he's alive. No, ma'am, he's gone." The EMTs left, and then new EMTs came and took him to the hospital, and he's alive.
Yeah, and the update we had at the end of this story last week, MJ,
He's
was
back home.
He's home. He's fine.
Oh, my God. We got to get an update here. Hang on a minute.
I've heard stories before of EMTs misdiagnosing somebody dead or alive, and then the guy kicks the bucket a day later because he was literally on death's door. This guy sounds like he's otherwise reasonably healthy.
Yeah.
He's home.
Unbelievable story. And this got national attention.
Hello.
Phoebe.
Hi.
Hey, it's the MJ Morning Show. Hey, sorry, we were trying to get a flash panning call, so I'm sorry to call you late, but finally Danny called in with a flash panning story. All right, so Phoebe, this story is unbelievable, folks. I want you to meet Phoebe Maxwell. And Phoebe, how old are you?
I'm 43. Can I put you on speakerphone because my dad's with me?
Yeah, could you do me a favor? Could you turn the radio all the way down? Because there's going to be a 20-second delay, and it's going to be all confusing. So turn the radio all the way down, and then, I think you can put me on speakerphone. Let me hear what it sounds like, okay?
All right. Hang on 1 minute.
Yep. No problem.
Okay, how's that?
Oh, that's not bad at all. All right, so we got to tell the story. Your dad is 65 years old.
66.
There's Dad.
Hey, Dad.
Dad is alive.
Welcome back.
This is so that's Thomas. Thomas Maxwell is now 66 years old, and this is a crazy story. This was this last week or the week before, guys?
It was February 15th.
Okay, February 15th. Now, Phoebe, tell us what happened. Your father was unresponsive. You called 911, right?
Well, my mom called 911, and I was doing CPR. Unfortunately, I had found my fiance passed away a few years ago, so I knew the difference between CPR when someone was dead and when they're not. And he kept trying to take a breath, and his chest was going up and down when I was giving him mouth to mouth. So the paramedics came in, the EMTs.
So your mom calls 911, and these two Clearwater EMTs, they show up, and then what happens?
He squatted down by my dad's head, and he picked up his wrist, not even long enough to take a pulse, and he said, "Ma'am, I'm sorry, he's gone." And I said, no, he's not. He's trying to breathe. And he says, "No, that's just the body releasing its gases." I says, "No, it's not, because his eyelids wouldn't even close." Now, when you're dead, your eyelids just close. You don't have the muscle control to open them again.
Was he blinking?
He was able to open them.
So you say to them, he's alive. They say, "No, ma'am, he's gone." And then they leave?
Well, I guess I'm still with my dad, screaming that he's dead because I believe the EMT. And then I guess when the sheriffs got here, because we live in Pinellas County and unincorporated, so when the sheriffs got here, they told them that he was deceased. And then the sheriffs came in and covered him with a sheet, and those EMTs left. Well, later on, the woman that was in charge of it, she heard him take a breath. So she quickly uncovered him with the sheet and called Largo Fire and Rescue.
Oh, man.
Oh, wow.
So that is incredible. So then another EMT, Largo Fire and Rescue, they show up. And how quickly did they determine your dad was not dead, that he was alive?
From when they showed up, I would say probably a minute, 2 minutes.
Wow.
All right, Phoebe, from the time Clearwater got there
And said he was dead.
to the time Largo said, "Nope, he's alive."
How much time?
Yeah.
I would say probably 10, 14 minutes.
Wow.
That's a lot of critical time. That's a lot of critical time
It
for
really
care.
is.
Wow.
So Largo Fire and Rescue, they get to your place. They say, "Nope, he's alive." And did they do CPR, or what did they do to try to get him in better shape?
I wasn't allowed back in the room with my dad because they had a hard time removing me from him once they told me he was dead.
Oh,
I
wow.
bet.
So, and then they told me I couldn't do CPR, the Clearwater EMTs, if you can call them that.
Well, as you know, the two medics from Station 47, they have been put on leave. I don't know what their disposition is now, but
I hope they get fired.
I mean,
Maybe some retraining, Phoebe.
Yeah, either fired or some heavy duty retraining. Hey, how to tell? Hold on. Say that again.
Retraining, definitely, but my dad feels fired. But
I think I heard your dad say, "Hey, Thomas, get very close to the phone." Are you there, Thomas?
Yes, I am.
Thomas, welcome back. We're glad you're alive, Thomas. I'm glad you're alive.
Yeah, it's still alive, brother.
Hey, Thomas, were you conscious at all? Could you hear voices when they said that you were dead and that you were gone? Did you hear any of that?
No, I didn't, but I saw some really weird shit going through my mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Thomas.
What, like, when you're supposed to see God and whatnot.
Yep. All right. So you saw some really weird stuff, and
I guess I woke up in the hospital about 2 days later.
and then you were pretty much released fairly quickly. You were back home,
It's a week.
yeah. I mean, Thomas, are there any residual effects, or are you?
It's just mental, man. Especially mental. I mean, it disturbed my whole freaking family.
Well, any effects on you from being ill? I mean, I understand the trauma of having the misdiagnosis from the EMT, but are you back to your normal activities, or are you still taking it easy?
I'm still having trouble walking. I have to use a cane,
Okay.
and I can't sleep.
Now, your daughter was distraught. I mean, she's doing CPR on you. Now, you think that the EMTs that pronounced you dead and said, nope, he's gone, and they left, you think they ought to be fired?
You bet your ass.
Oh, wow.
Well, yeah. I mean, he was dead.
I mean,
Yeah. Again, I don't have
I mean, somebody can pronounce their mama dead without doing anything about it?
Yeah, listen, Thomas, it's
doing CPR.
yeah, it's the craziest story in the world, and it's unacceptable. It is. I mean, you would think that an EMT that they have the right equipment that they can tell if somebody is really, really dead. And Thomas, you weren't. I mean, Thomas, this has got to be.
No equipment in.
Hold on, they brought no equipment in.
they just eyeballed it.
Nothing.
They spitballed
it. All he did was tested his arm for a pulse, and it wasn't even long enough to check it. There was no defibrillator, no hookup to a heart monitor, nothing.
Phoebe, you realize you're a hero.
Yeah, she is.
I mean, that is. Now, let me ask you a question. What do you think would have happened? I mean, do you have any indication? So what did they want you to do with your dad? The first Clearwater EMTs that said he's dead and they left, what instructions did they give you? Who are you supposed to call to take the body?
Absolutely none. I guess they called the coroner.
So, wow.
They told me nothing. They just told me to stop doing CPR.
I mean, I wonder if you guys didn't call, if the Pinellas deputy didn't then call Largo Fire and Rescue,
my dad could have woken up in a morgue.
In a body bag or something.
Yeah, if he would have woken up at all, or he would have died of asphyxiation, possibly.
Oh, my God. All right. Are you guys, just out of curiosity, are you guys considering any legal action? Are you?
We are, but we need help finding a lawyer. So if any lawyers out there would like to take this case.
It's a civil suit.
It's not necessarily civil. It's medical malpractice. But,
wow.
You let the lawyer figure out what. You let the lawyers figure out how it qualifies.
Listen, I can get a hold of our friends at Camp Rouge and Green, and run it by them. I mean, they're our studio sponsor, and they're a great sponsor of the MJ Morning Show. And let me be clear, and guys, I know you know this, that the vast majority of firefighters, EMTs, paramedics are incredible. They will do everything to save a life. This is just a rarity. This is an oddity. This is not common within the city of Clearwater, or this is not common within, any EMT or fire.
Right.
This is just rare. This just doesn't really happen, and you just got a bad roll of the dice, and I don't know why.
I feel that the EMT was pretty judgmental. They had been called out here previously for my dad. He does have alcoholism, which I guess thanks to this, he's containing pretty well. But, and I think that they more or less were just looking at it, well, this is an old alcoholic, so we'll just let him die.
Gotcha. Well, Thomas.
We won't waste our life-saving devices on him.
Hey, Thomas, are you able to back off the bottle a little bit now?
Oh, yeah, a little bit.
All right.
Little bit.
I still can't sleep. It's traumatized.
Listen, I can understand that. Guys, thank you for coming on, and I will run this by Camp Rouge and Green, one of our legal sponsors. Okay, and listen, I have your number. I'll get back to you. But it's amazing to talk to Thomas back from the dead, who was never really dead. But
he's laughing.
Oh, and the good die young, brother.
Hey, Thomas and Phoebe, thank you so much for coming on. We'll be in touch.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
All right, guys, have a great day.
You have a good show.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. So if you heard, I had a dump. He dropped the S bomb.
It's all right.
So
Yeah,
I did. If you heard like the audio like
Right.
skip a little bit, I had to dump one S bomb from him. But that's all right. I probably could have kept it. That would fall under the FCC fleeting phone call mention.
Man was dead last week.
Yeah,
all right,
right.
cut him some slack.
Yeah,
So-
go ahead,
Throw
give
out
him an
some four-letter
FCC
words.
fine.
He's able to drop one S bomb if he was pronounced dead.
Yeah.
But again, this is just an oddity and a rarity because EMTs and firefighters and paramedics, they will go to the end of the world to save a human being. That's what they do. And this is just a weird circumstance, which I think is very, very rare.
Okay, those are the only stories that ever end up in the news. I mean, the same way we talked about the bus driver earlier, the same way we talked about EMTs now. 99.5% of all occupations are great. The part that gets in the news,
Oh yeah, mafia hitman.
excellent men, fine, upstanding
Okay.
people.
All right, guys, I got to segue now. I got to move on.
Yes.
I have to move on to a very disturbing possibility. You know what this Chat GPT is, right?
Oh, yeah.
What's that?
What is Chat GPT?
It's where you can take someone's voice and then you can just duplicate it and it sounds just like them and you can make them say whatever they want.
No,
it's automated,
writing and chat.
Oh,
chat
then I don't know what it is.
Yeah, right, so
Okay. It's an artificial intelligence program that's
Right.
out there. Right now, it's currently free. A lot of people are using it to write blog posts. You can give it a subject, and it can tell you all the
Oh.
information.
it can
knows.
write.
Okay,
it can
I've heard
write.
of that.
It can write term papers. It can
Where
write.
is it? What is it? Is it an app?
It's a website based. Yeah, it's an
Let's
app.
go to it. Let's have it do the rest of the show.
Well, hang on. No. That's where I'm leading. So Chat GPT. Go, Fester, go. Just type in. Do a Google search on Chat GPT.
Chat.
GPT.
Who invented this thing? Some alien?
It's
Geniuses.
artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
And it will interact in a conversational way. It will come up with answers. It can write. There's all kinds of artificial intelligence possibilities here.
Now,
But
I think I've read some Chat GPT articles and
You
they're not
think?
the best.
well, that's the point. Is people say that the Chat GPT stuff, there's an awkwardness to it.
Yeah, very much so.
So when you instruct Chat GPT to write a story or write a term, there's just a weirdness that just doesn't quite have like human finesse, and that's one of the complaints.
One of the things I heard in an interview with a professor, and he was talking about papers being forged or printed by ChatGPT or other AI.
Yep.
And the punctuation is always perfect, and the use of slang words or words that aren't.
There's an awkwardness.
There's an awkwardness to the whole
Exactly.
thing, and they can
Right.
quickly tell
Exactly.
if it's
That-
written by a program.
Right. Well, guess what? This, I am really disturbed by this. And again, what did I say earlier? If you like radio, this could be a radio alteration that is a game changer and is horrible.
Are they gonna have AI DJs?
Yes, there is a company, and I've got demos. There's a company that's launching a GPT DJ where it's artificial intelligence. And I'm sorry, this is an existential threat to human radio personalities. And I'm sorry, to me, I've got some demos here. I don't think it's ready for prime time.
Are they like this?
That's my opinion. So I'm going to play for you some samples. There is a company that is, they say, live, local, and powered by AI, artificial intelligence. Radio GPT marries GPT-3 technology with Futuri's topic pulse content discovery.
Oh.
So they go ahead and crawl the web for news stories, and then they suck in the news stories. Then AI takes the stories and turns it into a DJ voice.
I want to hear it.
Like,
No.
Like how horrible?
No, it's not. But there's an awkwardness to it, and I was tipped off to this last week. So what could happen here is radio companies could fire the real human DJs and go AI and try to pull off a computer voice as a real person. And I've got some samples here. I am blown away. I am flabbergasted that this is now the next thing we have to worry about in our business. And it is the firing of live radio personalities to then just turn on a computer and let the computer talk to you.
Let's hear it.
All right, I've got like 6 demos. I got
6 different DJs?
I got like 6 different cuts of what this sounds like. And to me, there is an absolute unnaturalness. There's an awkwardness. Here, listen.
Every voice you hear on Radio GPT is 100% AI.
Here's what's trending on social media in Springfield, discovered and delivered in real time
on Radio GPT.
If you fake being sick to get out of work, let us introduce you to your leader. Amanda Briggs has been fired from Springfield University for allegedly faking a pregnancy to get 7 weeks of paid time off. Co-workers say there was something odd about her baby bump. She was accused of fraud after sharing pictures of different babies to try and prove her story and now faces up to 25 years in prison, which could make anyone's water break.
Oh, my.
That was really good.
All right, Froggy, stop.
That AI knows how to deliver a punchline.
Do you hear how awkward that
Yeah,
sounds?
it does sound
Does
very
that
awkward.
sound like a real human being with real emotions
The voice
and
and
a
the
real
text.
heartbeat?
Yeah, the content and the voice sound awkward. And
It's just like stilted
not
and
human.
it sounds not human.
So that was a morons in the news story we might have done.
Who's going to listen? But the way we deliver
Right,
it has emotion and range.
Yeah, I get that part. And that's enough to make anybody's water break.
But apparently there are some radio companies that are signing up for this. So there are some radio companies that are going to fire their real human DJs and put these computers on.
Live, made locally in Springfield, and 100% voiced and powered by AI. This is Radio GPT.
All voices, reasoning, and snide remarks on this radio station are 100% AI generated. This studio has no microphones, no chairs, and no ashtrays. We're like radio humans.
No, you're not like radio humans. You sound like a freaking robot.
I think,
My God.
I think AI is going to eliminate the voiceover business.
What the
Oh,
hell?
yeah, I know, for real.
The station
Well-
imaging sounded not terrible.
Well, now they can take the Chat GPT scripts and they can match them with the Bidenator voice thing that we did last week, where you can take someone's voice.
Yeah.
And then they can take MJ your voice, 3 seconds of your voice. They've got your voice, and then they can use your voice to use this script. To read the script.
This is a problem. And who's gonna Froggy? Where are you going? Where's Froggy running off to? All right. Does he have to go to the bathroom?
No.
What?
Just
I think Froggy's going to call in and try to make a joke.
Oh, really? Okay.
So.
All
I
right.
think he is.
Everyone in Springfield
Okay.
seems to have an opinion about the
Right.
proposed new state law that would make it illegal for dogs to stick their heads out of car windows. The idea is to keep dogs safer, but many pet owners say the law would take away one of their dog's greatest joys.
What's next? Will they make it illegal to fly your airplane hand out the car window?
Oh my God.
So we did talk about that story.
We did that story because it was a Florida state senator that introduced a bill to make it illegal for your dog's head to be hanging out the window. But did you hear how robotic that sounds?
Yeah, it's not good.
Come on, who's going to listen to morning radio that sounds like that?
Everyone in Springfield seems to have an opinion about the proposed new state law that would make it illegal for dogs to stick their heads out of car windows. The idea is to keep dogs safer, but many pet owners say the law would take away one of their dog's greatest joys.
What's next? Will they make it illegal to fly your airplane hand out the car window?
Oh, it's
what?
It's a duo. It's the morning team of Chad and Christy or something.
All right, so they sound so much better than Chad and Christy.
No, but hang on. Seriously.
Yeah.
I mean, do they really think that sounds good?
I don't know, but it's so funny because you can't put your hand out of an airplane. The airplane would crash. Everybody would die.
No.
No, we're talking about the airplane window like this.
It's when you put your...
Like this, dumbass. You don't even get the joke. What an idiot, Froggy.
It's when you put your hand out when the car's moving and you work with the aerodynamics of the wind on your...
What's next? They're going to cancel that?
Froggy, are you okay, dude?
Dude, I'm the biggest fan of these guys. What are they? It's the A&I show? What is it?
It's the...
Dude, they're funny.
This one is filed under. There really still are good people out there.
Oh, that sounds so natural.
Yeah.
How like human does that sound? Doesn't that sound like a warm,
my God.
entertaining,
Yeah.
a,
It's so great.
a personality you could really attach yourself to?
Yeah.
I
Feel
love
like
it.
you're part of that radio family?
This music is like we're being programmed. It's just It's all robotic. It's like something you'd see, when
the music underneath, that's part of their demo, I
Right.
think. I don't know. I don't think that you necessarily have to have this like weird futuristic music underneath, but just listen to the voice.
This one is filed under. They're real.
Oh yeah, this one, this story, this one is filed under.
This one is filed under. There really still are good people out there. Springfield High School sophomore Tracy Tyler has collected over 100 donated prom dresses to give out to students who otherwise couldn't afford them.
Can you imagine if this really was a radio morning show? Who's going to listen to this crap?
Started her free prom dress drive to help as many girls feel beautiful and confident. As I am artificial intelligence, I have never worn a dress myself, but if I did, I'd definitely don one of Tracy's.
Live, made locally in Springfield, and 100% voiced and powered by AI. This is Radio GPT.
Is she like hot?
Springfield firefighters
It's a
rescued
computer
a
program.
newlywed couple and their.
She's not like a real robot standing there?
Well, it's
like Cherry 2000?
like I've seen you can make videos online with a Chat GPT bot, and it shows a human-like face talking. Your
but almost
text.
like a cartoon.
You know what it sounds
Avatar.
like? It sounds exactly like when you're getting gas at the gas station and those weird gas station commercials.
Oh,
come
like
on.
gas station TV.
And they're like, "Did you know that?" And it's like a stupid fact.
All right, so MJ, there's a whole genre of relaying of information that's going to be replaced by AI.
Yeah,
But
sure.
I don't think what we do necessarily with any kind of emotion or.
All right, listen to this. Listen to this one.
Radio GPT.
All right, here's another one. One more here.
Springfield firefighters rescued a newlywed couple and their bridal party from a local hotel elevator. Rescue teams used ropes to help the couple and 4 others climb out after being trapped for 2 hours. The last person rescued, the groom, said it wouldn't have been so bad if it was just him and his new bride. Geez, get a room. I mean, a bigger one.
See,
get a room. There was one that I heard.
They do the jokes, but there's no emotion in the punchline.
So they're doing a whole streaming channel where they're playing all the songs and everything. And they're playing a lot of Q10580s music. So there is a stream where you could just play this thing and it just goes on for hours and hours. So before I started recording it, there was one where the AI robot told a joke. And instead of he goes, ha, 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 ha.
That's what the text
I'm like,
says.
oh my God, I wish I had that one on tape. The AI robot goes, ha, 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 instead of actually laughing.
You know what's wrong with robots too is they're so agreeable and nice and vanilla. Like they need to start programming robots with Fester's personality or with so they're all going to argue with one another. They
Snarky robots?
Yeah, but they can't.
Do the robot
That is
PDs come in and
Yeah,
tell them
that's
to...
The problem here is that some radio companies are going to look at this as a way to save millions of dollars a year to fire real human beings that sound like real human beings like us.
How do they get to sound so real?
They've been working on this for a while.
There's a
Froggy.
little bit of a garble in the voice I hear.
Dude,
that's pretty close to perfect.
The voices sound fairly real, but
the delivery's not good. The cadence is bad.
There's a cadence problem. There's a structure problem. There's a natural human flow problem, and you don't have emotions. It's just like.
How hard is it just to get a DJ to cut those dumb lines every day?
Here's the thing: you got to pay that DJ. Hear this
Barely.
Hear the computer. Well, that's called voice tracking, and that's been done for years, where you have a real person that voice tracks. But that's been done industry wide for 15 years.
I have not.
That's
heard
all
of
a
that.
lie, people.
Yeah.
It's all a lie.
Tune in at 1:30.
So listen, the bottom line is, but you have real people that are doing voice tracking versus this is computerized. There's no human here. The computer is doing everything. It's finding stories and it's coming up with the actual vocal presentation, but it sounds like it's structured. It sounds like it's phony to me.
Okay, but these robots are reading news stories. If you just did time and temp DJs, or if they just said what the weather's going to be
still,
today.
there's not an emotional high and low.
Right.
You don't have range. It's missing human quality range.
This one is hilarious.
Oh, it sounds
Springfield's Animal Friends Humane Society is giving jilted lovers a chance to get back at their exes for Valentine's Day. For just $5, you can have your ex's name written in a litter box. Wow, love really is in the air.
Are you really?
God, I want to hear somebody.
One of my Radio GPT features is that I know everything about every song and artist.
Really?
Like this. Tom Schultz had a master's in mechanical engineering from MIT, was a senior designer at Polaroid, and invented a paperback-sized guitar amp called the Rockman, all before he decided to give rock and roll a shot with a band called Boston.
I mean, come on.
Boston.
I mean, how about the intro she was doing over Tina Turner's What's Love Got to Do with It?
That was horrible.
It was here. Listen to that one more time. It is terrible.
This one is hilarious. Springfield's animal.
This one is hilarious. Ha 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 ha.
Friends Humane Society is giving jilted lovers a chance to get back.
Is giving jilted lovers
At their exes for Valentine's Day. For just $5, you can have your ex's name written in a litter box. Wow, love really is in the air.
Let me show you. Play that song.
Well, in the last one,
I'll show you how to really talk it up.
You want What's Love?
Yeah.
Hey, Andrew, give me Tina Turner. What's Love Got to Do with It? So Froggy's going to give us.
Froggy's going to talk it up.
Froggy's going to give us what? Real DJ or your interpretation of artificial intelligence
MJ,
DJ?
You just sit back. Froggy's going to show you.
Here we go.
Q105.
Yes.
80s and more. 105 minutes. Commercial-free music. Fat George with traffic. Next.
Is that better than them?
That was so good. Oh my God.
Did you hear me moving?
Is that what that was? I thought you were having a short circuit.
Little servo motors going.
You know.
Man, you know what? Do the robot PDs make them put up robot web posts? 2 a week.
Oh, yeah. Listen, these AI things could belt out like two in a minute.
Is that how everybody's doing their posts?
About 600 of them.
I'm sorry. I don't think that's ready for prime time. I don't think it ever will. You can't replace human emotions. Now, will things get better? 2 years, 5 years, 10. Maybe they can get better because, I mean, technology does increase. But this is an existential threat to our business that companies might get rid of people and put that stuff on.
AI is an existential threat to us as humans.
Dude, if they were really smart, they would just say it's AI, hire real jocks, and be like, listen to these robots, how good they are. They have emotion. They have everything.
Well, or let's say in a market, one company fires all the people and they put on these AI robots. The station across the street were like real people. I would shred them to bits.
Just, yeah, really. What
How do they take phone calls? How do they do contests and everything?
Only robots call in.
How do they take phone calls on a topic?
You can't. You don't. What are you talking about? They're a robot.
How do those callers sound?
I realize that, but that's just the point, that you're going to be lacking in content, in fun.
Yes, you're going to be lacking
MJ,
in content.
but I want you to think of what productive co-hacks you would have if you got rid of the three of us and replaced us with computers.
Thanks for having me, MJ.
It's the MJ Morning Show with Robot Froggy.
Thanks. Robot Froggy is happy to be here.
How about Robot Fester?
Hello, how are you today?
How about Robot Roxanne?
I'm Robot Roxanne. I'm alliterative.
What?
Robot Roxanne would be RR, so it's a little
RR, yeah.
Robot Froggy.
One more, and that's it. And we got to move on. But I'm like blown away by this, that this would even be considered.
East Springfield 6-year-old Mason.
The
What?
robot.
She said Springfield.
She didn't even say Springfield. They're in their demo. They're trying to have this fake city of Springfield, and she just says Springfield.
East
All
Springfield.
right, listen. Stop talking. Here we go.
East Springfield 6-year-old Mason Johnson ordered $1,000 worth of food from several area restaurants with his dad's Grubhub account. Ouch, but Grubhub was nice enough to offer the family a $1,000 gift card to help out. Not letting him get away with it, Mason's dad took cash from his piggy bank to teach him a lesson.
Hey, Dad, here's an idea. How about keeping an eye on your iPhone?
Who the hell is that?
That's the co-host comes in.
That's the new Froggy.
I'm sorry.
Oh my God, this is amazing.
My
malfunction! Robot dying!
I bet they don't talk over each other.
Where's the robot ambulance?
That is not ready, man.
Somebody unplug Froggy.
That is not ready for prime time. Roxanne, were you going to say something?
Oh, no, I just am picturing them doing calls, the robots doing calls on microfleeing.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, Jackie, come on in. So I think we
Jackie's here?
Yeah, Wacky Jackie.
An in-person.
Hey, Fester, try not to say anything mean.
I'm just going to sit there and shut up and smile.
Jackie.
So Wacky Jackie's arrived,
Come
and
on
look
around,
at this.
Jack.
She has a happy birthday
Oh,
balloon.
there we go. Your microphone's not on. There you go, Jack.
Happy birthday, Roxanne.
It's Roxanne's birthday today?
I really like Robot Jackie a lot more.
It's AI Jackie from Sales, Wacky Jackie.
So I thought you were coming in to forgive Fester.
With a balloon.
All right, today is Roxanne's birthday.
Yeah, so Roxanne is what, 27 today?
You tell me.
It's the 20th anniversary of her 27th birthday.
Yeah.
Not far off.
Hold on. Let's go to the AI Happy Birthday singers. Ready?
Yeah, let's go.
3, 2, 1.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
This is awful.
Happy birthday, dear Roxanne.
Happy birthday to you.
I hate robots. That was awful.
Well, you do talk about sex
Listen.
robots.
I didn't. Yeah.
Whoa, hey.
Happy birthday, Roxanne.
All right,
you.
so today's Roxanne's birthday. Happy birthday, Rox.
Thank you. Fester, you were the first one to tell me.
I was.
Isn't that so nice that Wacky Jackie brought in a nice birthday balloon?
Cars, cupcakes, balloons.
I love balloons. You have to have a balloon on your birthday. You
Yeah.
just do. It's the most festive thing. And there's butterflies on these cupcakes for your girls.
Aw,
I thought
thank
they'd have fun
you.
with that.
Oh, they're
Do you
going to be
think
so
those
happy.
cupcakes are going to make it home?
Yes, because MJ didn't share his, and she doesn't have to share hers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a girl power thing.
I got
Congratulations on your birthday. Happy birthday,
Yeah,
Roxanne.
thanks for outing me about my car issue on my birthday. I really appreciated that.
So,
Well,
Do
listen,
we know who did it yet?
I got to deal with things as they come down the
That
pipe.
could be your gift to me.
All right,
Report that person.
now,
yeah.
I would like to make a confession. Michelle and I watched a particular movie this weekend for the very first time. This is a summer of 1987 mega blockbuster hit that spawned a whole bunch of songs with its soundtrack, of which I think we probably play probably 3, 4, 5 songs.
So one of the biggest summer movies of 1987?
I know what it is.
One of the biggest, maybe the biggest summer movie of 1987.
If Froggy knows what it is, I'm not going to look it up.
As a radio DJ, I played all of this music from the soundtrack from this movie. I never saw the movie. Michelle never saw the movie. We watched this movie on Saturday night. We did a double feature Saturday night. 2 movies, 2 bottles of wine. We watched, first of all, we watched Phantom Threads, which is an old period piece about this crazy, eclectic dressmaker. I mean, really kind of a cool story.
Sounds amazing.
And then Michelle's like, we never watched Dirty Dancing. Let's watch it. So we.
Oh, I was going to guess Deep Throat.
Oh my God.
What?
So the movie that we watched was Dirty Dancing.
Isn't it awesome?
Michelle, I thought it was awful.
What?
I thought it was a kitschy, terrible movie. It doesn't hold up. Now the music goes on and on and on. But Michelle and I both didn't really.
Come on, man. They call me the catch of the county. What are you talking about?
So that is the breaking news. Michelle and I watched Dirty Dancing for the first time ever. We had never seen the movie.
Didn't you like the dancing at least?
Was the song... the end scene was great, I guess, when they were in the ballroom and
Nobody puts baby in the corner is the famous line from the movie.
No, I remember watching that, and I was younger, and there was a kissing scene that I used to try to be like, okay, that's how you kiss. Like I learned how to kiss from Patrick Swayze, basically.
Patrick Swayze was banging half of that country club.
Yeah, well,
He was.
Yeah, he was running through them.
Yes, he was.
The time of my life.
Remember that one old lady that loved just dancing? You have another dance lesson tomorrow. I'll see you then. Great movie.
I didn't think the movie was that good.
Oh, you're dumb.
You know,
It's better than Blues Brothers.
No, it's not.
so good.
Dirty
Yes, it
Dancing is not better
really,
than
really
Blues
good.
Brothers. Not even close.
right.
You know what the issue is that over the years, I heard so much hype about that movie that I think I had such great expectations for that movie, no Charles Dickens involved, that it was just a letdown when I saw it. It was kind of kitschy and it was just kind of cheesy.
Well, the man isn't here to defend himself.
In its time, it was a great movie for 1987.
And of course, this was another song spawned by the movie. From Patrick Swayze actually sang this and wrote it. I mean, Patrick Swayze was a really talented artist.
The movie doesn't do much for the Catskills. It's like a real dump.
Actually, the movie was actually shot. Michelle looked it up. The resort was actually in the mountains of Virginia.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't even in the Catskills.
The shooting location was not even in the Catskills. It was supposed to be the Catskills, like, the old, Grossingers and Browns and, those old Catskills places back in the 50s
in the
and
mountains
60s.
of Virginia?
Yeah, that's where they shot it, in Virginia.
Bunch of freaks running around.
Okay, the best scene, didn't you like that scene? And a texter just reminded me, but I love this. When Jennifer's carrying the watermelon up, and then she sees all the dirty dancing. Like, it was awesome.
And she's dancing with the watermelon.
I didn't think the movie held up very well
Tell you
at
what,
all.
man, 1987 was one of my formative years. I really had a thing for big-nosed women for a while.
She's hot.
Yeah. And then guess what?
She mowed it down. She mowed it down, ruined herself.
She went for a nose job.
Yeah.
And by the way, Jennifer Grey was in town speaking to a local group last week.
Yeah, a rhinoplasty convention.
No, my wife actually went to see her speak.
Oh, shut up.
No.
Is that why you saw the movie? If you finally met Jennifer Grey?
That was probably part of it, is that Jennifer Grey was in Tampa Bay last, Wednesday, and she has a book coming out. She has a book coming out, and she gave a little talk, and Michelle said she was great. Michelle said that Jennifer Grey was phenomenal. She was a great speaker, and she regrets getting the news job because, she was also the sister in Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm,
She was Ferris Bueller's sister in the movie.
After the movie, did you and Michelle do the lift?
She beat the crap out of Mr.
Think about that whole movie. What? How do they dance like that? And he's just not completely just.
What about her?
Just pointing to his own chin.
What about her?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How do they dance like that? I mean, did he have one the whole movie?
The whole movie.
We take that one, Patrick. We can see what's going on.
No, you know what? During the casting, it's like, Patrick, what's your turn off? And he's like, big noses. You put me with somebody with big noses. And
Jennifer Grey's like,
I'm Limp Larry all day long. And you're like, all right, good.
Really? Again,
Hire Jennifer
Patrick?
Grey. Hire Jennifer Grey.
Sorry, Jennifer.
Let's see
Penny was so hot. Cynthia Johnson. I mean, she's pretty thin, a little too thin.
Yeah, let's see that AI do this segment, okay?
Yeah.
All right.
This is AI. Let's talk about Patrick Swayze pointing to his chin.
All right, stop.
What does that mean?
All right, we're running late here. All right, we're back in a second. I got another long chunk of the MJ Morning Show. We'll go about a half an hour nonstop next. When we get back, man, I got to look. Froggy, I got some bad news for you, Froggy.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I got some bad news for you. I'm just looking. We got a lot to do next. So, Froggy, bad news for you up first. And then there's a new fashion trend. Roxanne, I think you ought to come in with this tomorrow. That's the whole hair painting thing, which is, I don't know what's going on here. But we're back in a minute on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Please. again. Happy birthday to Roxanne. It is Roxanne's birthday.
Froggy's like, how come we didn't know that? Well, I just told you guys a story about going out to lunch and drinking and celebrating. You think I just do that
you didn't
all
mention,
the time?
Yeah, that's that's a Saturday for you.
You said it was a girl's day.
Did you follow the text chain that Roxanne sent us? So
I did not.
Oh, so she took a picture of the menu, right? It's
kind of hard to read.
But she asked
your
that, opinion.
Over the weekend, she said, which dish should I get at Olivia? And I said, the two that she circled, I said, both are fantastic. I had both, and I recommended, next time get the cacio e pepe. That's fantastic. I'm a big cacio e pepe fan, but the squidding pasta with the seafood is tremendous as well.
So she sends us those two options. She circles both entries. MJ writes back, get this squidding.
I said both are great. I said get the squid ink pasta.
Right. So she writes back, thank you. Then about 2.5 hours later, which is the normal time that a lunch should take, MJ writes back, well, and then she writes back, our skirkin, and I'm like, what? And then she writes, I am drunk. I just drank Prosecco, red wine, and now shots of tequila, and the timestamp is 3:44 in the afternoon.
Just getting hammered at Olivia.
Good for you.
And they stayed at their table for close to 6 hours.
That's an entire school day.
It's like the first line of the text that she sent us at 3:44 on Saturday is just randomly hitting keys, and it's like, I'm drunk.
Have you guys heard of BMM? Do you know what BMM is?
Bad man mojo.
I don't know. I mean, it's not bad. It's as good a guess as anything else.
Prosecco with you right now?
Do you guys know what BMM is? I'll tell you right now that today is a good day to talk about BMM.
It's Bowel Movement Man.
We stop it.
Bowel Movement Monday.
Froggy, every single thing out of your mouth is like from the same cesspool.
Dude, you're the one that brought up BM. I was thinking.
I did not.
I mean, what do you want from me?
BMM stands for Bare Minimum Monday. Have you guys heard of this?
I've heard of this.
I
have heard of this.
Tell me what you think Bare Minimum Monday is.
It's kind of in the same genre as quiet.
Same what?
Genre as quiet quitting. You know, where you just kind of really slow play it and don't do a good job at your job because you don't care if you get fired. So you want someone to fire you. You're quietly quitting. And then BMM is bad mood Monday. No, bare minimum Monday.
Bare minimum Monday, where
And
you're
you
coming off the weekend and listen. You've been doing bare minimum around here today.
I have.
You're still coming down.
Birthday.
You probably still have a measurable blood alcohol level from Saturday afternoon.
She was drunk at 3:44 in the afternoon on Saturday.
If I was you, I'd start day drinking after the show today.
kidding.
But getting up on Monday morning, if you had a very busy and active weekend, getting up on Monday and going to work, you might be a little bit lethargic. And bare minimum Monday is where you go to work on Monday and you just do the bare minimum to get by.
That's what I've been doing today.
Just essentially breathe. You know?
I mean, think about it. If you asked people what day of the week do you dread the most, I think Monday would win. And if you just
got a case of the Mondays,
you just go in with the mindset, I'm just going to get through today. I'm going to do the bare minimum.
I'm not dreading Monday. I'd love to come back to work because I have a whole pile of
fun.
I got a whole pile of stuff that I want to do.
All right, let's put MJ at a job at the DMV and see how he feels about it. I mean, listen,
MJ, go install a store with me sometime. See how much you love it.
Yeah, I mean, listen, there's a variety of people with, obviously everybody has different jobs. I'm sure there's a lot of people. Monday, and what's that called on Sunday? Like the Sunday night anxiety.
The Sunday scaries.
Yeah, the Sunday scaries. People dread Mondays.
Tell you what, let's go to phones. Let me just give out phones. Hold on the thought, Froggy.
Holding.
All right, let's go to phones here. 800-990-1047. Are you a charter member of the Bare Minimum Monday Club? And tell us about your Bare Minimum Monday. Is this the real deal where you work? Or maybe, listen, you carry your weight, but are there people at your job that subscribe to Bare Minimum Monday? You go to work and you're just doing the bare minimum to get by. 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. Going to the Bare Minimum Monday phones right now. So listen, if you want to admit that you're a Bare Minimum Mondayer, and you just go to work on Monday and you're just doing the least amount to get by, try not to get detected, or do you have some really, really guilty parties at your place of business where you watch them and you see that they do jack all day. All right, tell me your interpretation and your observations of bare minimum Monday, where you go to work and you do the absolute minimum. 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. So, we ought to maybe turn this into a feature. Every Monday, we just do a quick little segment of Bare Minimum Monday. What's your job supposed to be, and what are you doing to kind of like skate by without doing it?
Tell us about the work you're not doing.
Exactly. Bare Minimum Monday phone lines. All right, so Andrew's screening calls now. Yes, Froggy, what were we going to say?
I was going to say, let's be honest, and I don't want you to take any offense by this.
No.
But you don't really work that hard, okay?
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
You don't think I work that hard?
I mean, you're a radio host. You're doing what you love, I guess.
Okay, I disagree with that. Listen,
30 years ago, there was a literal monkey that was doing my job on the show.
Yeah, well, your job is not that difficult, but I think...
I'm saying radio in general is not that hard.
I think the radio that we do is. I think talking for a long period of time.
I don't find it hard because I've been doing it for so long.
That's what I'm saying. It's not that much work to you anymore.
Michael Jordan doesn't think it's hard to slam dunk a ball. It's hard.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. You're an idiot for saying that.
Let me go to phones. Sean. Sean is in Land O'Lakes. Sean is a firefighter EMT. Hey, Sean, welcome to the MJ Morning Show.
Hey, how you doing there, Mr. MJ?
Doing well, Sean. All right, so what is your take on Bare Minimum Monday?
Well, I could tell you one thing. It's like me and a lot of other people. We work a lot of overtime. So a lot of times we come off a double, which is 48 straight hours, and then we only have 24 hours off to then come in the next day. I can tell you it's especially for a Monday with the call-outs that we get, that it's the one thing that a lot of us don't look forward to.
Yeah, but in your job, you can't do the bare minimum. You guys got to do a great job every time.
Yes, sir, every single time.
Yep.
But man, there's times when you would like to think otherwise.
What do you do for a living, sir?
What? We just said that, Froggy.
What was it?
Froggy, he's a firefighter EMT.
Oh, see, this guy works hard for a living.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, Froggy's doing the bare minimum by not listening to the whole show.
Froggy's not even listening to the show. Hey, Sean, have a great day, buddy. Thanks for listening. Thanks for your...
Sean, I love you and thank you for what you do.
Yeah.
But I was like, that's the profession I really don't want to have do a bare minimum
Well,
Monday.
but that's what he's saying,
Yeah.
which that wasn't the best screen for a phone call, but
everybody's dragging on Mondays. We get it, Sean.
All right, let me grab Charlotte in Tampa. Hey, Charlotte, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hey, what's going on?
All right, Charlotte, do you have a good example of bare minimum Monday?
Yes. So from my first job when I was younger, when I worked in a gas station, I realized when I got my work done, I had to do other people's work too. So not only did I have to finish my job, but I had to do someone else's job and sometimes a third job, and I got paid the same. So then I learned from the early beginnings on that I need to work slow, I need to play stupid, and I need to do the bare minimum, because if not, I'm going to end up doing like 2 or 3 people's jobs and then still get paid the same.
All right, so what is the status now?
What do you mean, what is the status now? I'm still doing the bare minimum.
That's what I'm saying. So, but you've gotten by? Has anyone determined that you're doing your boss, has anyone determined that you're doing the bare minimum and you're not going above and beyond as far as your productivity?
Well, they do these reviews and stuff, and I mean, they say, oh, you could be doing better, but then I like to always point out, the average. I'm pretty good at talking. As you can see, I'm very, good with putting it back on them.
So you're like a total BSer.
Exactly. I'm like literally that dude from Office Space. I really don't give like an F,
That's great.
You don't give an F.
Charlotte, you're exactly right. I'll tell you right now, your job can only do one thing to you: fire you. That's it. That's all it can
Charlotte,
do.
how long have you been at this job where you don't give an F?
I don't, and I work in a call center from home. I drink on the job. I commute on the job. I don't care. I mean, like these people, they call in and they hate you. Your boss, like they'll tell you.
All right, without saying the name of the company, what type of call center do you do from home?
It's selling internet to Middle America.
Okay, selling internet.
Is that the job description?
Mr. America.
Well, that's so. How often are you drinking when you're talking to customers?
All the time. Because when you're working at home, they can't see you.
You ever smoking pot?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, so you're on the phone with customers and you're lighting up and you're smoking a doob?
You know, I work in customer service, which is literally not customer service. It literally should be named, I'm going to yell at you at my bill that I don't want to pay. That type of thing. Yeah.
Tough.
Hi, Charlotte. Thanks.
Nothing a bottle of booze won't help, huh?
Thanks for your honest. What do you typically drink? What's your choice? Do you alternate different beverages?
I drink vodka.
That's the day drink of choice.
Yeah, Charlotte,
you can't smell it.
Maybe your lifetime of doing the minimum has led you to this situation here.
I think you need help.
Well, Charlotte, is there something you'd like to do? I mean, if you're miserable working from home, operating, essentially a call center job, and you're just doing customer service on the phone, is there something that you'd like to do that intrigues you, that, change your life path?
Well, here's the thing. I went to college for 4 years, and then they outsourced the graphic design jobs to India. So it's literally I started in call centers making $11 an hour. I went to college for 4 years, got into debt, and I ended right back at the call center.
Wow. Now, are you supposed to be answering phone calls now?
No, today's my day off.
Oh, wow.
Good.
Yeah. So it's total bare minimum Monday. Hey, Charlotte, thanks for calling. Thanks for listening. All right, 2 more calls. I got to move on.
Sounds like a terrible employee.
I'm concerned about you, Froggy, on something, as I said earlier. Ruth is in Seminole. Hey, Ruth, you're on the MJ Morning Show.
Hey, guys.
Hey, Ruth.
Did my mic just go?
Yeah, it cracked out. I heard it.
I hit this button.
All right. I mean, you did it once.
I hit the wrong button. Hi, Ruth. You're on the MJ Morning Show.
Hey, guys. So definitely bare minimum Monday today because I drank way too much last night.
That's right.
Yeah, that comes into play.
Why'd you get loaded on a Sunday night?
I get loaded on the weekends because why not?
Yeah,
Why
good
not?
point. Good point. Life's short.
All right, so Ruth, what type of work do you do?
So I also work from home, even though I don't day drink like during work, but I was smart and didn't go to college, and I got a startup company job. So I work from home, and I can definitely get away with bare minimum because I'm salary.
But they don't monitor you? They don't have like software to track you at home and your work and your productivity and all that stuff?
So we live on Zoom, but I'm out of audio and off camera all the time, and they don't care because of my department. They all do it. And so I can get away with bare minimum and then make it up during the week.
Gotcha. Thank you. Appreciate the call, Ruth. Have a great day.
Thanks, you too.
Bye, Ruth. All right, one more call on this. Patricia's in Clearwater. Hey, Patricia, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Is it bare minimum Monday for you?
Today I work at Publix, but I'm a retired employee from Pinellas County.
Yep.
I worked for Parks for 20 years and chainsaw trees on Monday. We actually quit Mondays because no one was ready to start up the saws and get ready. You have to be aware and awake when you run chainsaws and trim trees along the sides of the highway.
I think it's probably a good policy that when you're operating a chainsaw, you might want to be a little alert and awake. Yes.
We would alter traffic on the side of the road. We'd have to put out cones and direct traffic around the trucks. We had arrow boards, and you just had to be awake. And our boss decided, okay, you guys are doing 410s Tuesday through Friday from now.
But did you do bare minimum Mondays, or you really couldn't?
We really couldn't because when the chainsaw sits, it doesn't start on Monday. You get flushed. You just get flushed.
It backs you up for the whole week.
All right. Hey, thanks, Patricia. Have a great day.
Yeah, I picture people working in an office or something, or working in an environment with people. You just go. Think about how many salespeople are working at a radio station today, just kind of getting through Monday, and they're going to grind it out Tuesday through Friday.
Yeah, go through the motions on Monday.
I have a story here that when I saw this, I had concern for somebody in the room, somebody part of the MJ Morning Show team. And let me just share the headline and a couple of details, but I had some concern when I saw this over the weekend.
This is going to annoy me.
I have not said who I'm.
You've referred to Froggy several times that you're concerned about.
But it doesn't mean that it's a story,
Okay,
though.
so it
Maybe
might not be
Maybe
me.
it's a different story.
Okay.
But I do have a concern for somebody in this room. And I know that I have said that I had something that I am concerned about Froggy, but who says it's this?
I think it probably is.
Study offers concerning insight into how daily marijuana use can affect your heart.
By making it stronger?
Using marijuana every day can raise a person's risk of coronary artery disease by 1/3 compared to those who never partake, according to a new study. A growing body of evidence suggests that cannabis is not entirely without harm and may actually cause cardiovascular disease. Findings were presented yesterday at the annual meeting of the American College of Cardiology.
And then they all got high in the parking lot.
They're concerned. The decision to use cannabis must be carefully weighed against the potential for serious heart disease.
So who are you worried about?
Clearly a Roxanne.
Yeah.
Yeah. Roxanne's waking and baking all day.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, that's what I did today. No, you know what I have heard, we were talking about this weekend, is that marijuana is good for your liver.
Yeah, very good.
Have you heard that?
I never saw that. But
it battles the alcohol.
Bad for the heart, good for the liver.
Let me just tell you something.
Yeah,
There's nothing the matter with my...
All right.
Oh, no. It's the big one. It's the big one. Oh, no.
Yeah. Hey, let's see that AI. Let's see that AI radio station do that right there.
He's not moving, MJ.
Yeah.
This is not funny because
not
remember
moving.
we talked about the pilot that was
Froggy.
flying the plane and
Froggy,
had a
get
heart
up.
attack and his friend didn't know what was happening.
Froggy, get up.
The guy flying thought that the pilot with him was joking around.
Yeah.
MJ, we have an emergency here.
Yeah. Let's call those 2 Clearwater paramedics to come out. The ones that
He's dead.
said the guy was dead.
He's dead.
That Thomas Maxwell was dead.
He's dead. Hold on, let me give him mouth to mouth here.
All right, Froggy, that was phenomenal method
Good job.
acting right
That's
there.
great. That's
Froggy, fantastic. Look
And
at
then
that.
he sold
Ladies
it.
and gentlemen, take a bow.
Good job.
Froggy really sold that.
He really sold it.
Throw flowers at me.
Look at that. Froggy with
I
him.
think my heart's just fine. I got an EKG just 6 months ago, and they ripped my nipple hair out. It hurt.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm going for my first part of my yearly physical tomorrow.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
Are you
tomorrow's-
getting the finger?
No, the finger is like the second appointment.
Ask for 2.
Tomorrow, stop. Tomorrow is the whole round of blood work, and I get my EKG tomorrow, so that has potential chest hair rippage. So, tomorrow I'm going to do something like
I love it. I like the feeling of getting my chest hair.
Kelly Clarkson.
Hey, it is my birthday. Can I do a story topper medical appointment on top of that?
Yeah, I guess it is your birthday. You can have some airtime. Yes,
Okay,
Rox.
story top. I am getting my first colonoscopy on Friday.
TMI, bro.
Wow.
Dude, you want to get 1 million web hits. You get the video of that colonoscopy.
Yeah.
And you can say, like, see inside Roxanne.
Hey, Katie Couric did it.
Yeah.
Remember
Oh,
Katie
did she
Couric?
really?
After Katie Couric's husband died of colon cancer, she did a colonoscopy live on the Today Show.
And Al Roker was, like, sitting right there.
Right.
He was, like, manning the control.
Al Roker's the one that pushed the hose up.
Yeah.
He's right there.
Matt Lauer offered to.
Now, are you able to do the Clin Peak prep instead of drinking the like gallon of Gatorade with what do they want you to take? What's that?
I don't know the name of it.
I don't know, but yeah, my prescription's already in. So when I was at my appointment, I was like, yeah, my the guy I work with, he's kind of a know-it-all, and he told me I need to do Clin Peak. Is that? And she just looked at me. She's like, I do Clin Peak. Okay, I'll prescribe you Clin Peak. No, I didn't say you're a know-it-all.
Yes, you did. You absolutely did. What's the stuff that they have you take? Duralax or whatever? Is it Duralax? You got to take like the whole container of Duralax and pour it into the Gatorade.
I don't know. This is my
Miralax.
first time.
Is it Miralax?
I
Is it
don't know.
Miralax or Duralax?
Miralax sounds familiar. I don't
Maybe
know.
it's Miralax. But if you're
Yeah,
doing
Miralax. That's
if
what
you're
it is.
doing a colonoscopy, there's this new procedure, and it's like just 2 bottles, 2 small bottles, and it's called Clin Peak. And the last colonoscopy that I had was back in, I think, 2019 or 2018. And my guy prescribed the Clin Peak, but it's very expensive if your insurance doesn't cover it. And insurance covered my Clin Peak. So it was. Now, are you sure that our insurance covers it and that you're not going to have some ridiculous like $300 out of pocket?
You know, that's on my to-do list. I have to call them today.
You got to
and
make
find
sure
out.
that you're not going to get hit with a ridiculous Clin Peak. Is it Clin Peak or Clin Peak?
It's KLI.
No, it's CLI.
Oh, that's right. You
letter
told me.
CLI.
You told me out loud, and then I saved it in my phone as KLI.
Hey, Fester, go to Google. Is it Clin or Clen?
How do you think it's spelled?
I think it's CLINPIQ. CLINPIQ.
CLENPIQ comes up.
Yeah, you know what?
Peak.
No, it's Clen Peak. So it's CLENPIQ. Clen. It's not Clin. It's Clen. CLENPIQ. It's the next generation of like colonoscopy prep.
And then once you get it, how often do you have to do this?
I told you, it's 2 little bottles.
No,
You-
but after she gets the first one checked off, does she not go back 5 years or
like 5-7 years or something.
Okay.
Your doctor is going to tell you.
My sister was diagnosed with stage 3 colorectal cancer when she was 40.
Yeah, it
So what are you
sucks.
waiting so long for?
What do you mean?
Why? That's a good question. So why did you wait this long?
No, I was making an explanation as to why I was doing it so soon.
Oh.
Actually, I think you're kind of late.
I see what you do. Well, Roxanne's running an age game on us.
Oh, no, she's gaming us.
She's aging
Yeah,
us.
she will. Anyway, so make sure that if you're getting a colonoscopy, try and get Clen Peak because you take one bottle, then you do the follow-up bottle, and they're small compared to trying to drink like a gallon of Gatorade with Miralax or whatever that stuff is.
They look like they're a little bit bigger than like little 5-hour energies.
Yeah, it's not bad at all, and it didn't taste too terrible. Like very sweet, but it wasn't bad at all. Much better than the typical procedure. But you got to make sure your insurance, your prescription insurance, covers it, because you might be in for a rude awakening that our health insurance is not going to pay for it.
I want to take Clin Peak just for a quick weight loss.
Roxanne, have you heard of hair painting?
No, I have not.
This is a new trend where women literally, like, they're taking their hair and they're painting designs on their hair.
Is that like with spray paint or with finger paint?
A wrestler did that recently.
Really?
Like art on their hair?
This is a vibrant new hair art deal.
Looks cool.
And people are getting it done. I guess it was at New York's Fashion Week show. A bunch of models had hair paint, and they're literally just imagine taking a paintbrush and painting your freaking hair and painting all kinds of designs, and you can even write words on your hair. Now, it's going to be, I think, individual dependent, because you have to have hair that is able to act as a palette. Like, if you got really curly hair like mine, I don't know how you would paint my hair.
Unless you were painting spaghetti.
Yeah, you can't paint ramen.
Or Medusa snakes.
Something, very small snakes. Like if Medusa had earthworms, that'd be MJ.
I think like a curly bird's nest.
So I'm looking at a couple of people here. It looks like they have like the pelt of a leopard.
No. That's Dalmatians, right?
No, it looks more leopard-like to me.
Okay.
Can I get wiener dogs on my hair, please?
There you go.
Here's a guy with a cherry, like a slot machine
Right.
cherry in the back of his head. Some dice.
And some dice.
So hair painting apparently is a thing, and it's a trending. God, I hate that term. It's trending. Lady Gaga. Quickly here, because we're also lining up for the last segment of the show. You know what? Hold on. We'll get to. I want to spend more time on Lady Gaga. I don't want to push the clock here. We have our final chunk of the MJ Morning Show next, and this Lady Gaga thing is bizarre. Gaga, of course, remember the dog walker was walking her dogs, her 3 French bulldogs, and the 2 were kidnapped. Remember the whole story? They tried to remember.
Yeah.
And then Lady Gaga's dog walker was shot by the thieves. It was a crazy story. And remember, there was a $500,000 reward for the return of her dogs. And it's like, what? What about a $500,000 reward for information leading to the arrest of your dog walker who was shot through the chest? I mean, luckily he survived. But there is a new twist to the Lady Gaga dog walking saga that is unbelievable. I've got massive questions. All right, hold on. That's next on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. Don't move. 2 college. was a radio company when that song was a hit back in, 91 maybe? I remember there was a radio company that refused to play that song.
Because of the what the bleep?
Because I really think that they got away with it. I still think they are still getting away with it. But I think it is what the F is. What the,
I knew that when I was 11 and this came out.
But I think they try to say it's what the funk, F-U-N-K. But there was a radio company back, it was Nationwide. Remember, Nationwide is on your side. So Nationwide, the insurance company, owned a bunch of radio stations across the country. And some really good radio stations, too. And if I'm not mistaken, they had a corporate edict that their stations could not play that song from EMF. Unbelievable.
Do you want a triple F real quick?
I love that song.
A Froggy fun fact?
Lay it on us.
You know what EMF stands for?
Eat more.
Electric.
What?
Tell us, Froggy.
Eat more fruit.
I heard that.
Oh, really?
I heard that. I heard
yes,
eat.
It is.
I heard eat before.
That's not the name of that band. Eat more fruit.
$100
Are
bet.
you serious?
$100 bet.
All right,
right
Fester,
now.
go to Wikipedia.
$100. No, bet me.
I'm not betting you.
Bet him.
That is
What a
ridiculous.
bitch.
Froggy, calm down.
EMF.
EMF, the band, does not mean eat more fruit. That's not the band name.
Oh, I was wrong.
You should have bet him.
Go to
MJ.
Wikipedia.
It says it right there.
It says Epsom Mad Funkers.
That's another band. No, that's not them. That's another band.
Are you sure?
Okay,
It's
so
Eat More Fruit.
no, it's the alternative band from.
Unbelievable. The first single, unbelievable.
No, that's
EMF
fake. That's
is
fake.
EMF are an English alternative rock band from Cinderford, Gloucestershire, and it stands for, is that right? EMF is Epsom, Mad Funkers is what EMF stands.
Eat more fruit.
Okay, I'll take the $100
Told you
bet.
should have bet.
I'll take the $100 bet.
Maybe Big Lou was messing with me back when we were 11 and he told me that.
Lady Gaga. Man, this story just gets weirder and weirder. Lady Gaga, of course, there was the awful story where her dog walker was shot by guys that tried to steal the expensive French bulldogs that he was walking. And, of course, he survived. But I was always, taken aback. It's like she's offering a $500,000 reward for the return of her French bulldog that was dog-napped at gunpoint. Her dog walker was shot. I'm like, $500,000. How about a $500,000 reward for information leading to the arrest of the person that shot your dog walker?
Well,
it just made it seem like the dog was more important than the dog walker.
the dog walker was taken care of, right? She paid for his medical bills. I'm sure she put him up.
Did she?
Wasn't he begging for money out of a van like a year ago?
Yeah.
Who's that?
The dog walker?
I don't think he was begging for money out of a van, but I think he had some hard luck, and I think he was asking for money. Anyway, the story takes another bizarre turn here, and TMZ reported over the weekend in a truly stunning lawsuit, the woman charged in connection with the theft of Lady Gaga's French bulldog says the singer never delivered on her promise $500,000 reward. But remember, this woman was then tied to the dog nappers.
She was kind of
she was in
She was
on
behind
it.
She wasn't in on the dog napping, but she was affiliated with them. That's
And
how
now
they
she
was double dipping.
Hang on. And now she wants a court to force the singer to cough it up. Jennifer McBride says that Gaga made it clear we'd pay the $500,000, no questions asked, when she announced the reward back in February of 2021 after her dogs Koji and Gustav were stolen from her dog walker at gunpoint. McBride says she returned the dogs to Gaga at the LAPD Olympic Community Station on February 26, 2 days after they were taken. But McBride was charged in connection to the theft with receiving stolen property and being an accessory to the crime after the fact. As for her relation to the criminal, she was allegedly dating the father of one of the men responsible for shooting Gaga's dog walker. I think that might disqualify you from getting the reward.
Yeah, maybe.
When she was charged with elements of the crime. She later pleaded no contest to one count of receiving stolen property and got 2 years probation. Yeah, TMZ broke the story. Gaga's dog walker, Ryan Fisher, was walking 3 of Gaga's pups in L.A. February 24th, 2021, when several men pulled up in a car, jumped out, stole the 2 dogs, and shot the dog walker in the process.
Do not play the audio.
Yeah, we don't need to hear that again.
Well, Ted's gone. Man, Ted hated that audio.
He hated it so
Oh, my
much.
God. Ted hated the audio.
It's pretty crazy audio.
It was. And then I think there was a little TMZ update on top of that. L.A. County District Attorney, or Deputy, L.A. County Deputy District Attorney Michelle Hannessy told TMZ McBride was more than aware the pups were stolen when she returned them in hopes of obtaining the reward.
Yeah.
And had known the men involved in the shooting for years. So she knew these dogs were stolen.
Of course she did.
Yeah, you're disqualified from getting Lady Gaga's $500,000.
Sorry, lady.
No, I don't want the. Out of respect for Ted, I'm not going to play the Lady Gaga audio.
Do not.
It's the audio of the argument. These and the guy's like, these are Lady Gaga's dogs, and then you hear the gunshot, and man, Ted hated when we played the audio. My God.
Well.
So out of respect for Ted, we will not play the audio. And I'm not setting up for a joke that I'm going to play the audio. I'm not going to play.
I'm just sitting here quietly waiting for the audio to play.
No, I'm not going to
All
play
right.
the audio.
Good
But
thinking.
What a bizarre freaking story.
Yeah.
Cocaine Bear, #1 at the box office.
Of
course, yeah.
course, because it's a joke.
My daughter went to see it in Scotland last weekend.
What did she think of it?
She saw it opening weekend.
This movie's crazy.
It's about the bear with the cocaine.
She thought it was funny. She thought it was entertaining. So it opened in Scotland as well. So you want to hear something funny?
Imagine how annoying movie theaters with a bunch of Scots.
My daughter, Chloe, was on the phone with my mom, Chloe's grandma. And Chloe's telling my mother about the movie. Oh, yeah, and it's this bear that finds cocaine that was thrown out of an airplane, and the bear ingests the cocaine. The bear's all coked up doing crazy things. And my mother says to my daughter, Chloe, how did they get the bear to act all crazy like that? And
How did they?
My daughter had to explain to my mom, it's CGI. It's computer-generated imagery. It's all computer animated. It's done by computer.
It's CGI. It's cocaine grams ingested.
Yes.
They just gave the bear cocaine.
Nice.
That's really funny.
Cocaine grams ingested?
Yeah.
There you go. My mom thought that the bear was cooked up and was acting bizarre.
CGI?
No, it's
Would the bear get his own dressing room?
It's computer graphics.
Just tears it up.
Michelle found that hysterical that my mom thought that the bear was really acting all coked up.
Well, I hope the movie doesn't romanticize cocaine or make it.
No, hopefully it doesn't.
For bears, it does.
Opening night, it took in $8.6 million, according to Box Office Mojo. Ant-Man fell to #2. So Ant-Man only was #1 for 1 week, and then Cocaine Bear knocked off Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Stop making those.
I didn't see the whole weekend take. And then, let's see, Avatar, still hanging in there.
Magic Mike 4.
Magic Mike's Last Dance, the final chapter.
Which there's no nudity in that.
That was 4th place. Damn it. And then 5th place was Puss in Boots, The Last Wish.
How did 80 for Brady fare this week?
I don't see that in the top 5. At
So
least.
good. So good. You don't know what you're missing.
Terrible.
You mean so good, so good, so good.
Ew.
King Charles apparently having a tough time getting British music bands to play at the coronation coming up this summer.
Somebody get me Oasis.
Well, they're having trouble. Apparently, the London Sun is reporting that 3 huge British stars apparently told the royals were unable to attend and or unable to perform. So for the king's coronation, Prince Charles becoming King Charles, I guess he already is king, but the official coronation is coming up this summer. Spice Girls said, tell me what you want, what you really, really want. Well,
Are they available?
They're not. So King Charles
that
said,
would've been awesome.
King Charles said, I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want. I want you to come to my coronation and play.
Okay, Spice Girls aren't available? Okay.
The Spice Girls are unavailable.
Yeah. Camilla was going to be Frumpy Spice.
Harry Styles is not available.
Oh, how about Harry Styles then? Damn it
Unavailable.
all to hell.
And then what about...
I let them wear one of my mom's dresses.
How about Blur?
What is the other British celeb that you think would be a shoo-in to perform at the king's coronation?
Did you say Paul McCartney?
I want Coldplay now.
Nope.
Never mind, they suck anyways.
Although I'd like a little dun, 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 dun,
We get it, you like
dun,
horns.
dun, dun, dun.
How about
No,
Lou Bega?
no, those aren't horns. Those are strings.
Lou Bega's available.
Lou Bega.
Give me Lou Bega right
Come
now.
on. Which British star would be a natural?
Paul McCartney.
Well, that would be a good one, but I don't see him as being
available.
What about Queen? Oh, wait.
Well, if you want Adam Lambert as the lead singer, which I think he does a pretty good job.
Susan Boyle available.
Goodbye, Norma Jean.
Ah, yes. Neil Diamond.
No.
A great British actor.
Come on. Goodbye, Norma Jean.
Elton John?
Yes. What song am I giving you a lyric?
Candle in the Wind?
Yes.
The song that he rehashed for the dead Princess Diana song?
Yeah, he was asked, and Elton John can't make it. Oh. Elton John is unavailable to sing this song at the coronation. Yep. I don't think he would do this at the coronation.
Well, here's the thing, MJ.
Yeah.
If Elton John was such good friends with Princess Di,
Yeah.
then he hates Charles.
Fine, get me Jimmy Savile.
So now they're trying to figure out whether Ed Sheeran is available or Adele.
Both good choices.
Is Ed Sheeran's not British? He's a redheaded ginger.
Is he Scottish?
Oh, he's British? It's actually Fergie's kid.
Hold on, Michelle just texted me. You are wrong. Elton John was very close to Princess Di. I know that.
That's what we just said.
I just brought that point up. I mean, he was like dear friends with Princess Di. So much that he changed the Norma Jean song for "Goodbye, England's Rose." I touch my head and then I'll touch my toes. I mean,
What was the lyric to the special Princess Di version of Candle?
He changed it to like, driving in a French tunnel.
No, they didn't.
Oh no! Watch out for that pillar, Diane. No.
All right, Fess, you can stop now.
They called you Princess Di.
Ed Sheeran is, I guess, going to be asked, and maybe Adele. But so far, they've struck out on some of the first big British pop stars.
They're not going to get Adele. Adele's the most difficult person to work with ever.
What the hell's Phil Collins doing? I'll just get him up there or something. He's retiring.
Please have him brush his teeth first.
Wait, when does this coronation take place, or when is the celebration?
Like over the summer or something. It's like takes a long time from the Queen to kick the bucket to them to swear Charles in.
Is that like a public? Can anyone go to it?
Yeah, I'm sure you can. I mean, it's May, so the coronation is set for May.
I think I'm going there this summer.
Don't they touch your ears with swords on the coronation?
I think they do like the shoulder.
No, that's when you get
shoulders.
knighted.
No, I'm pretty sure it's when you get.
I think when you get knighted with the swords.
Cut off those flappers.
We got to get out of here. Oh, one other thing. We mentioned this first thing this morning. So for the later crowd, again, we're very glad that little 2-year-old Joshua J.J. Rowland was found up in Brooksville. But, the question remains, if the kid was found barefoot, why were his feet so clean?
Dun, dun, dun.
Listen, there could be nothing to it, but people are asking, and that's the first thing I thought of when I saw the kid being carried, and thanks to that retired Marine that found him, but why were the kid's feet so clean if he's walking around in the woods for 24 hours lost? Yeah, that's the question I have. All right, anything else before we get out of here?
No, for a bare minimum Monday, I think we did pretty well.
Yeah, we did.
I don't think that we operate with bare minimum Monday.
Hey, MJ.
Yeah, I got so much crap we didn't get to. Yes.
We do have to wish Roxanne a wonderful birthday today.
And what else did you get me aside from outing me on personal information?
I guess I forgot it was birthday. You know what? I've got a 3-pound bag of gummy bears over here. I'm going to re-gift them to you.
I probably gave those to you.
I have a
those are the ones from the mystery merch.
These came from mystery merch. We got to roll. Roxanne, happy birthday.
Thank you, MJ.
What number is this?
It's one that is, it's a prime number.
It's the one.
It is a prime number.
It is a prime number. What is that?
Figure it out.
No guessing.
Blank times blank is a prime. All right, folks, we'll see you back here tomorrow. Have a great day, and all kidding aside, happy birthday to Roxanne. Froggy, give out Roxanne's personal cell so our listeners can send her a text happy birthday.
813-310-8444.
Yeah, so if you want to text Roxanne, 813-310-8444.
She'll answer.
Yeah.
She always does.
All right. Folks, have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Website, mjmorningshow.com. That's mjmorningshow.com. And let's be careful out there.